Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
I honestly hope EQ and Corey takes Miss Rid down. I really do. I can't stand stupidity. I just can't. Where she's sitting there up his ass. She seems to always support the wrong uns. That's what gets me. She always seems to support the people that have a go at me. Alex Brigham. Corey. You know, there's a pattern going here, guys. There's a pattern. I hope they do. I really do. She doesn't deserve that platform. Ugh. How dare him call my son an alcoholic? Yeah, mocking addictions. I don't have an addiction, but however, mocking addictions. While he was, how much did you weigh, Corey? Before you started, and started the diet. I don't want to say that word. I think it got me bananaed. I know EQ supports Corey. I don't support EQ either. No, I know she supports EQ. I don't support. This is the thing. I know. Yeah, EQ wouldn't be friends with. I wouldn't support Corey if he's supporting Miss Red. They're taking her down, and I hope they do. I just hate stupid people. Thank you for the gifts. Can you imagine if I had said what Corey had said to me? Miss Red, she would have kicked me out. I would have been kicked. I would have been gone. Oh, we're going to be cam tuning at 10 a.m. as well. Absolutely. 10 a.m. No, of course she did. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She should have kicked him when he said what he said. I never said anything. He started it. Called me an alcoholic mess, da-da-da. I reacted. Once again, I reacted. He hasn't stopped talking on me on the FYP. Is he all right? You got to remember, guys, this is a diagnosed narcissist. Oh, yes. We're going to be cam 2ing you, Miss Red, at 10 a.m. Yes. EQ, no, I don't support EQ either. But I won't be watching Miss Red again. I'll be watching her downfall. Oh, here's Nanny G. Hey, Nanny G.
Hi, my darling.
Let me turn the volume up. Hello.
Sorry to interrupt your rant. Have you done FYP? Have I missed it?
I've only just started. I've only just literally come on.
All right, then.
All right. Are you okay, Nanny G?
I am, sweet, yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
I hope everyone in the chat is okay. I came in mid-rant and didn't have a clue what you were ranting about.
It's just all that, you know what it is, Nanny G? It's misread. You know, can't people see what she's doing? Every person this woman supports is a hater of mine. Alex Brigham, she's sitting there saying, put hearts in the comments for Alex Brigham. He supported her. Yeah, he supported you bullying. You supported him bullying me. And now now it's Corey. Now it's Corey.
Ange, what we need to do, right, is get one of those massive 15-foot inflatable pools, fill it with custard.
Oh, love bug.
You and Miss Red.
Get out of my life. Out.
No, Ange.
No, I'm talking to this love bug. Out. Can we block this love bug? Out.
I'm not mad, darling. I actually didn't know you were live. I had no idea.
Well, I got bananaed in Miss Red's live.
Oh, did you?
Well, not Corey didn't. I did. So why the hell am I supporting a woman that all her little minions keep reporting me over? And Corey and Levi. They're the one. You know what really makes me mad, Nanny G? I was the one that gave these people a platform. And I tell you now, I will be the one to take it away from them. I'll be taking it back. Like how they're going to sit on 1K viewers. Absolutely not. Diana's going to be going live in the evening now as well, Nanny G.
Is she? She's epic. I love her. What time's she going live?
I think 10 p.m.
Is she really? What's she going to do? What's the content going to be?
Oh, FYP maybe?
Oh my God. Are you going to be in a box?
Yes.
Brilliant. Right, okay then. I'll be there tonight at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. And I'm not going to even bother going into Miss Red's live. We'll just come to her instead.
Oh, she's here. Ziana's here.
Oh, yeah. She's doing the FYP with me.
At 10 tonight?
Well, I don't know if it's tonight, whenever she feels ready to
right,
go.
okay.
Yeah. I hope I'm not putting any pressure on her. If she, she doesn't have to go live, but if she wants to, I think she should do.
Yeah.
I think she should make some money out from TikTok. She's been on here long enough. I think everyone has bloody got a platform from me, apart from the people that are there for me, like Ziana and Linz and yourself.
Oh, Angie, I honestly couldn't be.
No, I know you, but what I'm saying is other people made a platform from me that has had so much to say about me, trying to take me down. But, the people that have had my back, like Ziana and Linz, they're the ones that should be having a platform.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
You'll pay a tax, Stacey. She'll pay that.
There's to go live and make some money from TikTok.
Yeah, definitely. I actually agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's had my back from day one, like yourself and Linz, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a lot of love for Z.
Yeah, me too. I love Ziana. All right, anything else? Oh, was that rude?
No, I just came in to see if I'd missed the FYP. That's it. I'm sorry I interrupted you, Angela.
I'm going to start.
We'll have a call later. All right, sweet.
Oh, yeah, let's have a call later.
All right, sweetheart. I'll speak to you in a bit. All right, chat. See you later. I'll be there, Ziana, at 10 p.m. No pressure.
I don't know if she's going to go live tonight. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll find out. I'll message her and ask her.
And you're so blunt. I can't help it sometimes. I'm so in energy.
What?
Nothing.
Oh my God, someone's just dubbed you in it. They said, were you not cursing Nanny G the other day? Were you?
Bloody wasn't it that? Well, that's a goddamn lie. I haven't even spoken.
To be fair, chat, I do tell her, listen, I'd rather, if you want to rant or whatever, just rant about me. Rant about me.
I haven't even spoken about you, Nanny G.
But I do tell you to do that rather than other people, don't I? So
yeah, you do.
All right, sweet. Anyway, I thought you'd been caught out then.
Ziana and where is she? She's not here.
It was another Nana Ellen, yeah. All right, then I'll see you later.
All right, see you later.
Enjoy your FYP,
okay,
and I'll call you in a bit. Okay, bye.
Oh, I feel I'm in savage mode this morning, guys.
I can tell. I can't get out. I can get out. All right, bye.
Oh, here she is. Oh, she's gone offline. Ziana. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Ange. I was going to have you rant.
So people are wanting to know, are you going to go live tonight or do you want to give it a few more days?
I think we might be able to do it, Ange.
I'll be jumping in your box at 10 p.m. tonight. Guys, everyone support Ziana. She will be going live tonight, 10 p.m. Yes, absolutely. And we're going to get Linz to go live, hopefully, 6 p.m. I think Linz said she's going to go live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
She'll do 6. Lynn said she'll do 6.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, should we get started with the FYP then? Okay, let me do my theme tune. What theme tune do you think we should have today?
I always say Jerry McCall because it just is Jerry McCall for me.
Alexa, play. Let me mute you for 1 second. I'll just put this on. Alexa, play Jeremy Kyle theme tune.
Here's the Jeremy Kyle Show theme by TV Theme Tune Factory on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Cult FYP, the best community on TikTok, the only cult on TikTok. If you are affected or triggered in any way, guys, there's a big cross button at the top. Please do use it. And let's get started with the FYP. So Ziana is going to be playing the videos, guys, and we're going to have our opinions. And don't forget, Ziana will be live tonight at 10 p.m. Yes. So everyone also support her at that time, guys. Absolutely. Right. Okay. Let me just put Zan in the big box. We've got quite a few videos to be playing today, guys. Oh, I'm in savage mode. I'm 100% in savage mode today, guys. I give no fucks this morning. Or should I say this afternoon? Who are these people waiting for the box? Oh, about 10 people waiting for the box. And guys, tap the screen, guys, and send the heart me's, guys. Tap the screen and send the heart me's. I'll get my main account back this afternoon. Tap and send the heart me's. Let's go, guys. Let's get on the popular board. Sorry, give us a second, guys. I think Zayanna's looking for the account.
Seconds.
There she is.
Tablet was about to go.
Okay. Hi, Rosanna.
Start from the first video.
Yeah, so start where you feel we should start from. Can't remember the videos now. There's quite a few. Guys, tap and share the live, guys.
Why does it look so...
Send the heart me's in, guys. Let's get on the popular. Send the heart to me's.
Should we just start from the bottom so it's easier?
Yeah. Can we see it? Can we hear what it says, the title?
Yeah.
What a broken eye socket.
It says, Talia says that Rickster's ex black eye wasn't a broken eye socket. It was a makeup. Says that she's taken KJ to court for the slander and the malicious communications. Talia says she has the best music lawyers in the industry and will be on the phone. I liked it.
It looks like your eye literally explodes, all bloodshot, and it's mostly like a yellow colour, like a bruisey blue, like awful. I'm sorry, Zippy, you absolutely made yourself look ridiculous today. Even you, a woman with high intelligence, you, a woman that I would class. Do you know what I thought there's no way Zippy's going to have her on because she just wouldn't endure the embarrassment. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wouldn't endure the embarrassment of it being completely debunked, but she's that desperate to get at Ricky because she's obsessed with Ricky. Even though we've said we're not talking about her anymore, she's that obsessed. When you've got a broken eye socket, your whole face swells out, okay? You don't just get like a little bit of black eyeshadow. And Zippy, they're like, oh, you know, this woman's story, we're all gonna support you. You know, it's really important that this woman gets her story out. please, like, get a story out of a woman that needs it. Right? And for the people that keep calling the police, and stop wasting police time. Stop using DV as an excuse to build your platform. This person, where is it? Only comes on to talk about this story. The last person that debunked this story was EQ, right? So let's draw close to the fact that Ricky has never, ever said that he didn't know her. She worked for him.
Wait there, let me
She worked for him. He's never, ever said that didn't happen. So why, Zippy, why are you going, see? He said that he's never met her. Look at the pictures. There's pictures of them two together. Our works do. She dated him for how many months? How many months did she date him? Months and months and months. Not one photo of them alone. Not one photo of them alone. And the black eye. The black eye. Oh no, it's not a black eye. It's a broken eye socket. So does anyone, have we got any like nurses in here or medical experts so we can talk about how bruising works? Right, let's talk about the broken eye socket, because we all saw the broken eye socket tonight, didn't we? We all saw the broken eye socket. So let's talk about the broken eye socket. When you get your eye socket broken, I can show you a picture with mine completely broken. You're Alice, you can probably vouch for this then. The first thing it does is swell out massively, yeah? Is that your Amy, Mitch? Massive, red and everything. Can she jump in the box and explain how? Because she's saying, oh, this, you know, my broken eye socket is a little bit better now. And it was like, I'll show you exactly what it looked like, right? This is like what I'm going to do. This is a broken eye socket, yeah, to her. This is her broken eye socket, yeah? So she's got a bit of black. She's put a bit of black there like that and gone down like that. That's her broken eye socket. Yeah, we'll all get the eyeshadow. Can we see if like this is quite similar? Oh, look at my broken eye socket. Who's got a broken eye socket? Nobody! So let's get a nurse in to judge my broken eye socket. This is the healing of a week of a broken eye socket. Please, if anyone knows what a black eye looks like and a broken eye socket, it's me. Because I've had mine done and it's not nice. It doesn't take 2 weeks to heal. It takes over a month mine took to heal. Over a month. Rafa, I think you just debunked it. So let's have a look. Has anyone got this picture of this broken eye socket? Everyone, according to KJ, that's her broken eye socket. Broken eye socket. Yeah, not a punch, not a slap, broken eye socket. So this would have to be completely fractured, yeah? Oh, is the broken eye socket in the room? Nurses, can I have some verification, please? Can I have some verification, please? Is this a broken eye socket? Right, and on the picture it says it looks a little better now. So this is a healing broken eye socket. So we know what colour a healing bruise is, don't we? Is it black? That looks like a broken eye socket. Do you want to see my broken eye socket? Let's see my broken eye socket. 3 weeks after I had it broken, I was barely recognisable. Barely recognisable. It's wrong. What's so wrong? You come on here on a platform, right, and say these disgusting lies, and then she says, and tomorrow I'm going to get my, can we just straight block everyone that has anything to say? Don't even bother muting, just straight block. Tomorrow I'm going to get all my bank statements and prove that I used to work for him. He's always said you used to work for him. He's always said you used to work for him. The only photo you could pull up is that your work's due, and you're not even alone. You're in a group of people. Bring me something. You are not going to debunk real DV victims. You're not going to push them aside and make this a story for yourself. Because we all remember when you told everybody that you got kidnapped. Do you remember that story? When you told everyone you got kidnapped and you were straight up lying. It's so bad. So bad. And let's not forget the poor boy, the poor Down syndrome boy who you used to mod for. He couldn't open a bank account, so you put all the money, he put all his money into your bank account and you spent it on DG Decor. DG Decor. So is this a good person? Go and ask DG Decor. DG Decor said, I don't want your money. DG Decor said, I don't want your money. That's what he said. She used to mod for a Down syndrome person. I don't want to give too much of him away. I'm such an idiot. And he couldn't withdraw his money. So she said, okay, we'll put it in mine and I'll look after it for you. She spent the fucking lot. She spent the fucking lot gifting DG Decor. So do we support this? Do we support this kind of person? Ask him. No, better still, go and ask Zippy. Go and ask Zippy. Go and ask Zippy. Because she's the one that brought it to the app. So it's a bit funny how you've embarrassed yourself now, right? Isn't it? It's a bit funny. And did you see what we put in the chat? So if I was you, I'd quickly rectify this. Did you see what we wrote in the chat, Zippy? I'm always going to be a million steps ahead of you. We already knew you were going to do this. I already pre-warned our viewers and they think you look silly. You can't come on here and say that somebody's broke your eye socket. Show me a picture. I'm not talking about your work due. He never said you didn't work for him. Is that actually, that's where your infatuation started, at work when he was married. Yeah? So let's see, because you dated him for 7 months, yeah? Listen, prove me wrong, I'd love you to. But for 7 months, you dated a man that you can't show one romantic picture with. 7 months. Or what is it? Even if it's 3 months. Even if it's 2 months, show one picture. Not your work due, because we all know that you worked for RSB. That was never a lie. And you're trying to spin it like he said he never met her. No. Nobody said that. Not one person said that. We all knew you'd come on, and we all knew that you would try and set up Ricky yet again, and you failed. You failed. So take your eye and your black eyeshadow in your broken eye socket and put it where the sun don't shine, darling, because nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Bring her up in this box, because I'm going to ruin her. And let me tell you something, KJ. I hope you're flush for money, because I'm going to take you to civil court, right? Why don't you go and ask Zippy to fund you a lawyer? Tell her to pay for your lawyer, because I'm going to take you to the cleaners. I'm so excited about suing you to bits. I will take you to the cleaners. You see that slander that you just did? You'll never get out of that. That's 2 years worth as well, from the last year and this year. I know my fish and chips. I'm going to call my lawyer in the morning, yeah? I'm going to show everything, and I'm taking you to civil court, and I'm going to spend thousands on it. Do you know why? Do you know why? For women who have been beaten to a pulp. And for you claiming that you're victim, just like when you told everyone that you'd been kidnapped and you hadn't. And you want your victim story, and you met Ricky at work and you thought, yeah, he's the perfect person because he's got a massive platform on TikTok and I can build my TikTok. See you, civil court, go and ask EQ to pay for your lawyer because you ain't going to be able to fund what I'm about to throw at you. You ain't going to be able to fund it. So let's see. Let's see, because I am fuming. You will never disrespect me. Never, ever disrespect me like that. Coming on here on the internet talking about my fella like that and making up disgusting lies. How can you come on here and lie like that? And you think Zippy's going to have your back? This is the funny thing, yeah, because Zippy used her like a pawn, yeah? Zippy used her like a pawn. She'll never have her on her platform again. Chewed her up and spat her out, yeah? Didn't work. And now you are going to suffer the consequences for that. You think she's going to pay your legal fees? She ain't going to pay nothing. Nothing. I'll call my lawyer first thing in the morning. Such slander. You're going to have to prove he did that. Harassment, malicious communication, slander, throw everything at you. Just want to say something. So most of you would have heard this, yeah, and can verify this, right? She said in that photo there were 2 other women that he was doing it to as well. Did you hear that? Yeah, I've got that on the screen record. You've got it, yeah? Good! Because one of them's in my box. I absolutely debunk it. I'm waiting for her. I'm in my box right now. I'm waiting for her. Right? Could never say that. Never say, but both of them, oh yeah, he was doing the same to the other 2 women. What does she think, that Ricky doesn't speak to these other 2 women? Is Rick going to take this further as well? Yes. Brilliant. Yeah, because he's not someone that goes to the police yet, and I'm not, I'm torn, right, okay? Because my dad's Sicilian, and he's from, like, that world, yeah? We're not good, yeah? We're Southern Italians, and if you know about the Sicilians, you know what kind of world my dad's from, yeah? Great. My dad's been around, spent most of his life in bloody prison. My mum is bloody Metropolitan Police. My great-granddad is one of the top geezers at Scotland Yard. He's retired, I'm lying, but was there for many years, got a gold watch when he retired, yeah? So I'm like, do I go this route or do I go that route? I don't know. But I've decided to go down the legal route. Gotta be a good girl. Yeah, because it don't get you nowhere, like... There's a couple of people that I'm going to be sorting out in a different way, but I'm absolutely going to town. I'm going to town. Like, what's the point of having, like, amazing... My lawyer is Talia Shells, and she's the biggest music lawyer in the country, right? First of all, up there. She's come from Sony. She's always had my back, especially with harassment, stalking, especially being in the music world, right? So we'll start there with Talia. And it's funny that she's called Talia and I'm called Talia. And also, my niece is a top lawyer and is about to write me the sickest documents to serve somebody, and she's going to serve them in 2 days. I'm waiting for somebody else has got a warrant out for them at the moment, and they keep going to the address, and she ain't coming to the door. And you know why? Because she's fucking moved. Yeah, I know you've moved now. She has moved. It's moved, and I know it's moved. Then that could be why she doesn't come out. Yeah, she's been to the address 3 times. She's not been there, but I know she's moved now. Are you sure she's moved, or she's definitely just not answering? She's moved. She ain't. I can verify it. She ain't there, so that's gonna go legal. Right. The shit, my doxing shit has gone mega legal, like. To the point now where they've got a team, not just one officer dealing with it, not just one CID, like a team of people that are piecing everything together. What's the thing they'll tell you where they should take that seriously because of your past? Well, this is it. You can't come for someone that's been through DV, that has been to a safe house, that now has an elderly lady living in the safe house that I care for, has a red flag on the address, and not just that, there's my neighbours, right, that have to be secured as well because they're all vulnerable. Yeah, there children involved. Children. You can't, like, the joke's on you because you think that you can just do these things because you're sitting behind the screen. There ain't no screen that's going to protect you.
The thing is that I always say on here, you have an argument or beef with somebody on this app, fair enough. But for me, when you take it off the app is when it's obviously it's serious. But you don't know what that person's been through, going through.
And as if I'm ever going to let, some absolute blonde poo-throwing skank of a fucking bike put my details.
Telling you apparently.
I don't give it. Yeah, listen. You're never going to be giving my details to the motor mouth of the whales, and you're going to be getting away with that.
When you let me show you. I'm going to show you in a minute what a broken eye socket looks like. Your eye.
Diana, I think Diana's fallen asleep. I wish people would cut these videos down a little bit because that was a long video. Is that the beginning? Is that the end of it then, Diana?
That was the end.
You know what? I don't believe KJ. I think she's lying. And let me tell you why. It's because she came onto my platform, I think it was my platform, a long time ago. And she never provided this evidence. All of a sudden, she happens to have this evidence. Why didn't she show it at the time? We asked her to show evidence. We asked her to show pictures. She never came with any evidence. And how long ago was that? A long time ago. I can't even remember when it was now, but it was a long time ago. And all of a sudden now there's this back and forth of EQ and Rigstar. She's suddenly got this photo just out of the blue. Yeah, I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I just don't buy it. Okay. That to me, that's not evidence. And people say don't victim shame, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, the difference is, right, this is social media. Okay. When you're coming with an accusations, you better come with receipts because it could be classed as slander. It could be damaging to that other person that may know where that person lives, knows who that person is. If someone comes onto my platform and says I've been in a DV relationship and I don't know who that person is, I'm not going to sit there and victim shame that person and say, well, bring the receipts. I don't know who that other person is. So yeah, I'm going to probably tend to believe it. But if you're making an accusation on social media, it's a huge difference because we all know who that other person is, which is Rigstar. Okay, and also, with EQ, she has a personal vendetta against him. She hates him. Rigstar hates her. So to me, it seems to me that Rigstar could be being set up, okay, by EQ. That's my opinion. There's no solid evidence. And, people say, but all these women can't be wrong. But when people thought I was in a server, a PLM server, I was getting trolled. I was getting people that don't even know me saying, she's in it, I know her. And I'm thinking, but I don't even know who you are. In the comments, yeah, they were saying I'm in this server. If you don't know who PLM is, people call it Pedlo's Lives Matter. My photo was doxed, and then everyone on this app went for me. Everybody. And half of them, I didn't even know who they were. So I don't care how many women have come forward. I don't care, right? If this is true, go to the police, right? If you've got evidence, go to the police because it's not too late. Go to the police. And my question to KJ is, why haven't you gone to the police? But you want to come on social media. You want to have the worst person, which is EQ, represent you on social media. The person that hates Rigstar, the person that will do anything, to get this person off the app. And I think, like I said, the biggest thing for me is the fact that I did debunk it. I think Pearl, a few other people debunked this a long time ago. Why did she not come with this photo back then? Why has it appeared now? So, yeah. And like I said, what you got to think, guys, is what if you were accused, right? Put yourself in, right? Forget about, about Rick, how much you hate him, because we understand there are a lot of people that hate Rickster, right? Forget that for a second, right? How would you feel if you were accused? What would you ask for? The first thing you ask for is evidence, right? That's not evidence, that photo. That could be an edited photo. It could be from anybody. Okay, so that's not solid evidence. To me, solid evidence is recordings, voice recordings, video recordings. Unfortunately, it's one of those where people aren't going to have that. But it's one of those. So if you're going to bring it to social media, you better have it. And if you don't have those kind of that kind of evidence, which is to me solid evidence, then don't bring it on social media, because it's very damaging, and it will be classed as slander. Absolutely, because he hasn't been found guilty in the eyes of the law. You haven't taken it to the police, so I've got a question why you haven't taken it to the police. And sorry, it's a photo. We're on social media. At the end of the day, I don't care how many people have come forward. So I don't believe her. I don't believe her. No. And I want to play another video of Corey. Can we go to, I think it's 11 videos down, Zayana. I think it's on Sophie Bailey's live. Now listen to this. People have a right to question people on social media when they make an accusation. One sec, Zayana, one sec. People have a right to question it, okay? Because we're not the court. We're not a court. We're not the police. We're none of those. All right, but listen to this.
And then, at the
Listen, I'm not saying, I don't believe that's my personal opinion. However, she's not provided enough evidence for me to believe her.
This one, Ange, this was the 11th one.
Yeah.
same time, I'm looking at it in a way that EQ doesn't care about that situation. All she cares about is to get back at Miss Red, because Miss Red was one of the people that debunked this, and Luke and Angie. She don't care about what's happened in between. This has been happening for the last 2 years. That happened like 2 years ago. This
Nausea. Apparently KG came out there a few years ago with Miss Red. Nausea.
That's the name. Who are you talking to?
You.
My name is
Can I stop it 1 sec? Can I just pause you for 1 sec? Sorry, Zayana. So as you can hear, Nasis is, she's questioning EQ. She's saying, and she's right. EQ doesn't care. All she cares about is, getting back at Luke, Miss Red, and Rickster. That's all she cares about. She don't care about this KJ. So, you got Nasis there questioning it. Now listen to the rest. Oh, there you go.
Well, why can't we just believe the woman? Why have we got to come up here and question the woman?
I don't disbelieve her.
Right, but you can't go saying stuff without proof either. It's bizarre. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it.
Right, can we pause it, right? Can we pause it, right? Sorry. So he said you can't be saying what you're saying without proof. So where's the proof this happened to this lady? Where's this evidence that this is what's happened to this lady? What she's accusing Rickster of. Where is the evidence? Like I said, and I'll keep repeating myself over and over again, you cannot come on social media without solid evidence. And the only to me, solid evidence is two things: audio and video. Yeah, that's not edited. Messages, nah. Emails, nah. Right? A photo, nah. Yeah. So this is not so solid evidence to me. So Corey is saying, believe the woman. Believe the woman. But women lie. Women do lie, right? Especially if they have a hatred towards someone, especially if they have a personal vendetta towards someone. She's going to lie. Absolutely. I'm not saying she has, but to me there's just not enough evidence. Thanks. Let me just unmute you.
Just leave her to it. If you don't believe her, do it in silence.
I don't disbelieve her. That's what I said.
Right, but you're questioning it.
I'm not.
Okay, so sorry, Zana. Sorry to keep muting you on this one. So she's questioning it. So why can't she question it? Why can't she question it? If you were in a court of law, it will be questioned. So why can't you question it? So don't forget, Corey did an exposure on EQ and said the same thing. Said the same thing. So we're not allowed to question it. Believe the woman. Believe it. She's not lying. Then if she's not lying, why hasn't she gone to the police? Oh, carry on, Azayana. Sorry.
Awkward. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am.
Hello.
Oh, my Corey. Hello, Levi.
Hi, Becca.
Apparently the kids are talking to you as well.
Nasisa, I'm not sure how you say your name either, sorry. They debunked this. There wasn't enough proof brought to the table. This isn't a fucking court of law. Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
I'm just gonna.
I do think in these kinds
of Diana for keep muting you. She's gonna get annoyed with me in a minute. We're not a court of law. Exactly, we're not a court of law. So why bring it to social media? We're not a court of law. Exactly that. But you're quite happy to sit there saying we can't victim shame. But who is the victim? Ask yourself that question. I feel like I'm in court. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a solicitor in court. But ask yourself this question, right? Who is the victim? The person the accuser or the accused? Right? Who is the actual victim? Right? Because, if someone has made a false accusation towards someone, well, that person that's been accused will be the victim, right? So, we're not in a court of law. So don't bring it to TikTok. It's that simple, unless you've got solid evidence. And to me, there's no solid evidence. Carry on, sorry, Diana.
Situations, it shouldn't be a TikTok thing, but I get why it's happening now because other women have said that Rickster's treated them badly. So I think when there comes a time when other women come forward, then more who have been in that situation start coming forward too with their stories because they feel like people will believe them now because other women have said the same thing.
Yeah.
And I do think it's okay, like people thinking like, oh well, there's not enough proof. You don't, when you've been in that situation with a man, you don't always have the proof. That's the problem.
Right, so I'm going to stop you there. Right? So Sophie said, when you're in that situation, you don't always have the proof. So what should we do then, guys? So should we just live a life where we accuse someone of DV? And because it's DV, it's, it pulls on people's heartstrings, doesn't it? Yes. So let's just put them in jail without the evidence. That's exactly what she's saying there, Sophie Bailey. Well, you're not going to have proof. So, okay, let's just convict him, put him in jail, have no evidence, because it's one of those that you're not going to have the evidence. But however, there are women and men that do lie. They go to the police. Ask yourself that question. All these women that have come forward about Rickster, why haven't they gone to the police? Why? She did she? Well, where's the evidence of that? Has she got evidence that she's gone to the police about it? What have they said then? Have they said the same as me? No evidence. Because I've been accused, and this is why I feel so strongly about this, because I've been accused myself, right? And I was falsely accused. You get what I'm saying? So you've got to have evidence, and that's the bottom line. I don't care how many women have come forward at social media. How many people hate Rickster? I don't particularly like him. I don't think many women here like him. How many women have got to think, what, I'm just going to come forward and say, oh, it happened to me. Because that happened to me when I was accused of being in a server that I was not in. How many, especially women, that came forward to say that I was in the server. And it was a complete lie. Sorry, Diana.
Everyone started then going against EQ because they knew they had an army of people to back them up and go with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it seems to work on here with things. Like, one comes forward and then other ones find the courage to do something. And I think the whole situation as well now, with how Talia's responded, trying to say that it's a fake black eye, it's eyeshadow, and I think KJ, I don't think she's trying to say it's not true. It's not true at all. I think she's just explaining it for what it was at the time. Yeah, when people are saying, I don't honestly, how do you say this? No Ziza.
No, yeah.
No, Ziza. I don't think that you're disregarding her.
I wasn't being horrible.
I think it's just hard to explain it without people automatically assuming you're saying the worst. But I think TikTok isn't the judge and jury. But I think
I agree.
Talia wanted us all to believe her and wanted the whole of TikTok to stand with her, but now it's against Rickster. No one's allowed to stand with this woman.
Yeah. And can I just
because it's against Rickster now.
I have my opinions on that also, and I've got crucified on the app. I mean, so you can, but also, I've lost my thought now. Sorry, let me just play. Sorry, I get this awful brain fog.
And they wanted everyone on their side, and they wanted the whole world and the whole of TikTok to take their side. So it's like it's got to work both ways. It's got to,
I'm sorry. Anyway, I didn't I can't explain things properly. Maybe I should.
No, sorry,
I do apologize.
Sorry.
It sounded. I can see from the complexion. It's not.
It's all the comments that wind me up saying, "No, there's no proof. There's no proof." But I like it.
I don't disbelieve anyone.
And there's no proof. There's none. And what she's saying about Talia's miscarriage is completely different, because Talia and Rickster was not making an accusation towards someone. This is a very different situation where you've got someone that's made an accusation twice, right? That didn't have the evidence when I asked her for the evidence a long time ago, but suddenly has appeared with a photo of a black eye. How have you appeared suddenly with a photo of a black eye when I asked you long time ago? And you've suddenly just come out of the cloud. This photo has fallen from the gods. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't believe her. I think it's a setup, absolutely. Is that the end of it, Sayana?
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's sorry. I do apologise.
You don't have to apologise to me. But like Sophie, I took a lot more than one beating. You asked me for evidence. I've got evidence of one. The last one where
then at the same time I'm looking at it in a way
There you go.
Yeah, can I just say, right, see how this is pulling at people's heartstrings, right? You've got women that have gone through that trauma, the DV, right? So it's going to pull at people's heartstrings. They're going to believe the woman, yeah? Number two, can you see how they're controlling Nasisa? Well, she's apologising now. I'm so sorry. Nasisa, why are you apologising? Why are you to question it? Because in a court of law, it would be questioned. So why are you sitting there questioning it? And I'm telling you what they're doing, especially Corey's, they're brainwashing you into thinking that what you're saying is wrong. Believe the woman. So, okay, so I don't know if there's any men in here, right? So I don't know if you've ever had an accusation towards you. You may get one in the future, but imagine if you've got an accusation towards you and you've got Sophie Badding saying, always believe the woman. Believe the woman. Believe the victim. Yeah? But, unfortunately, there are women that make up grape. Yeah? That lie about grape. Men that are currently in jail. Yeah? Or have been free from jail because of a false accusation by a woman. Yeah? Yeah? So, let's not believe the woman. Let's believe the evidence. Yeah? I think that's what we should do. Because many men on here have been falsely accused at times, right? And it's not true. Yeah. And they come with no evidence. The bottom line is, if you're going to bring it on TikTok, bring solid evidence, or don't come on here at all. And if you don't have the evidence, go to the police. If the police are saying the same as me, it says it all. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is one of those crimes where you're not always going to have the evidence, but it doesn't mean because we don't have that evidence that we should convict that man and say he's guilty just because, it's one of those crimes that you're not going to have the evidence over. Do you get what I'm saying? Go to the police, not TikTok. Exactly that. And I just think the timing of it as well, the fact that you got EQ and Rixie going back and forth, and all of a sudden this woman comes out with a photo. Yeah, I think I don't believe that, KJ. Sorry, I think she's a liar. Yep. There you go. So what's the next video then? Zayana, do you want to have do you have an opinion? You don't have to have one, but if you do.
I didn't really listen to it all, if I'm honest.
God's sake, Zayana.
I'm trying to keep track of when it's ending.
I feel like I'm in the courtroom. I honestly feel like I'm in the courtroom. Oh my goodness. Talia wants the box. Hi, Talia.
Hello. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because your chat are very anti-Ricky, but I do think we need to stick to facts here. That photo of her eye, apparently she's had since 2016. She slipped up twice. She said, this is the photo from 2016 that happened on the night, on the charity ball night. And then in the same breath, she said, oh, this is a few days after, it's healing now. It was much worse.
But the video for me, Talia, when we did this, when was it my platform she came onto? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, she went on all of yours.
Right. Why didn't she show the evidence then? Has it just suddenly fallen from the sky, this photo?
I've no idea, but apparently
it's back and forth now. You're having a back and forth, and she's suddenly got this photo. Why didn't she bring it then when we were asking her?
Well, because I don't believe it. That apparently that photo that's a broken eye socket, that photo, and that's the photo of the broken eye socket the night it happened. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't believe a bar of it. I've had my eye socket broken and I was unrecognisable. There's just no way. To me, she's put a bit of black eyeshadow in the corner of her eye and off you go. And it doesn't matter whether you like Ricky or not. Facts are facts. And let me tell you, Angie, this morning, I've had 4 messages from 2 from men, 2 from women about this person that she's done this to 3 other people. People are saying, oh, Ricky's got form. Who else has come forward and said Ricky's battered them? Nobody. Name me one.
So she's also got a history of doing it.
She's got a history. Ricky's going to get 2 of the guys on his platform tonight. And also, if you remember, in that photo, which is a work photo, the only photo she has of him, she said she was dating him for 7 months. The only photo she could pull was a Google press photo. Not even her photo. That's a press photo of the charity night.
The thing is, though, Talia, if you're going to come and make an accusation such as that, whether you like Rickster or not, bring the evidence. And to me, evidence is a voice recording or video recording. If you haven't got that, you've got no evidence.
Texts, medical records. A broken eye socket is pretty serious. I was in hospital and everything. You would have more than this. And I'm not being funny. I'm not being bad or anything, but where is she now? Like, she thought she was going to have this massive platform. She's sitting there live now with 4 people in her chat room.
Really, honestly, you know what, Talia? I honestly do not believe it at all.
I don't believe her. And people are saying he's got form. Who else has ever come forward and said Ricky's hit them? Nobody, not one person.
Yeah, but even if, though, Talia, even if people did come forward, it's social media. Do you know how many people came forward to say that I'm in this PLM server? I was never in. I didn't even know half of the people that were saying it. Do you know what I mean?
Look, exactly. Look how much people lied. Do you remember in the chat the other day and that woman jumped in your box and said, I'm your best friend's cousin and you've bullied her for years? Do you remember that? I rang my best friend and my best friend said, I have no idea who this woman is, TikTok strange. And I said, will you come in the box and tell everyone that that's not your cousin? She went, you can get lost.
Someone has told me to prove it. Let me tell you something. If you're coming on social media, you better come with a proof. Rexha doesn't have to prove his innocence, because if you're innocent, you'll have no proof. You'll have no proof if you're innocent. She needs to prove his guilt.
No, if
she has not done.
Angie, if you said to me, so I've got a convicted ex who did break my eye socket, done terrible things to me. I could come on this platform now. I could show you pictures of me and him together, me and him on holiday. I can show you my bruises. I can show you my police report. I could show you my medical records. I could bring on about 5 friends that would vouch for me. And that's why he got a conviction, because I could prove it. She's saying she went to the police 5 times and there was a conviction, but Ricky's brother done the time for it. Absolute rubbish. That wouldn't happen in any circumstances.
You know what I feel, though, Tally? Because people have a dislike for Rickster, they want to believe it. And they're just saying they believe it just because they have a dislike for him. And what you need to remember is, even if you have a dislike for Rickster, how would you feel if you got such an accusation put on you? You're going to ask for the evidence, not a photo. That's not evidence. That's not solid evidence. That could be makeup. That could be from someone else. That could be anything. That's just...
It doesn't. I mean, you can ask your chat, and I'll be interested to hear in the chat. Does that look like a broken eye socket? And the photo was taken apparently the day it happened. So I'm interested from the chat to know, because I've never seen a black bruise like that with a broken eye socket. I've seen swelling. I've seen bloodshot eyes. I had yellow bruising and purple bruising. To me, that doesn't look like a fractured eye.
Can I ask you a question, though, Tally? She's had it since 2016, right? Why didn't she come out with it then? Why is it taking her, because you got a back and forth of EQ for her to suddenly come out with it? Why didn't she speak up before?
Where's the photo been? And if you notice that she said, oh, I've blacked all the pictures out on top because they're pictures of children. No, I think you've blacked that out because your camera roll has been edited. Why did just cover the children's faces? What, it's convenient how she's blacked out all her camera roll above that photo, isn't it? And she's also said, I just want to say this because I really want people to open their eyes. She said the other 2 women as well, and chat, can you please verify this? The other 2 women in that work photo, the press photo, not even her photo, he was doing it to them too, and they were so scared of him. Now, the woman at the back is Natalie, and the woman at the front is Shelley. We know them. And both of them have said this is absolute rubbish. It's total lies. She's saying that this was happening to the other 2 women as well. But they're going to come on and debunk it as well. I've got Wayne, who is KJ's best friend, coming up and saying she's lost her marbles. She's done this to other people, let alone the poor guy with disabilities, you know, the guy with Down syndrome. She was taking all his money. She was his mod and putting all his money into her bank account and using it to gift DG. This woman is a nightmare. She's got form. She's known for it.
I just think, though, Tally, the people that are saying that they believe it are the people that dislike Rickster. Do you know what I mean? If you ever dislike for someone, you're just going to go with it. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, because
and that's not fair.
If this was anybody else, like say if this woman had come on to talk about, I don't know, who's loved on this app? What bloke is loved on this app? You know, you would all say, sorry, that this isn't enough proof. She said she was dating Ricky for 7 months. She doesn't have one photo or text to show. Sorry, I went the night I met Ricky. I've got photos of us out for dinner together. Sorry, Angie, you've got photos of the night you met Ricky and videos. Yeah. How have you not got one photo? And you were dating the man for 7 months.
And
he was married.
That is, he was married. So if he's married, is he gonna let her have a photo with him? Because if I was cheating, you ain't getting a photo of me with you.
Yeah, but you would have like you on a works like dinner or something. Remember that photo of the charity do isn't her photo.
Yeah, but you'll have an email, you'll have a message, you'll have something.
I don't get how one was November and one was December, because if that charity ball was in December, how did she get the socket in November?
The charity do was December 2016, and she said...
And that picture was November 2016, wasn't it? It's either November or October.
It was December 2016, and that's the night. That is the night she said he broke her eye socket.
He couldn't have, because the picture of the eye sockets took a month or 2 before.
Exactly. So what one is it? Is that a healing picture and it was so bad when it actually happened? Or is that the night it happened? She said 2 different things there. And also everyone else at that charity doesn't seem to remember this at all. She's saying the 2 girls were there and she got locked in a room. everyone in that picture are like, this is crazy. She showed the date, it was 2016, and then went on to say, oh, this is, you know, it's healing here. Well, no, because that's the
I
week.
think, you know, don't tell you, the bottom line is that photo don't prove shit. That could be like you said, makeup. It could be from somebody else, and she's making out it's Rickster. That means nothing. She hasn't got the evidence. Simple as. So she shouldn't be coming on social media with lack of evidence, you know, and that's it.
This is the second time she's tried to do that. And people say, well, nobody questioned you, Talia, because they couldn't possibly question me, because I would show you every single thing. I would show you the court dates, the conviction of my ex.
Yeah, Talia, the difference is your ex, you talking about your DV, is not on TikTok, right? It's not.
It's not.
No one's interested. Like, I would say, yes, Talia, I believe you, because he's not on TikTok. We don't know who he is, what his name is. But when you're making an accusation towards someone on TikTok, that's damaging. That can be dangerous. We know who Rickster is. Some people may know where he lives. You could bump into the wrong person, you know, that thinks he's this abuser. This is how it's dangerous. That's where you've got to have this whole evidence if we know who the other person is. This is my point.
Yeah, and I'm not being funny. People are saying, oh, she was his mistress, but you would have something. You'd have text or something. And I'm not, you know, Ricky's ex-wife, is absolutely like a model. Like, you wouldn't even she's amazing. Like, you wouldn't. I'm not being bad, I'm not picking on, but if you really wanted to take a good look, there is absolutely no way that he would ever cheat on her. He was married for 17 years. They had an amazing marriage. They have amazing children. And this woman said, yes, and I knew the wife really well. You know, we're old friends. Ricky's wife came on TikTok and said, I don't know this woman. Never met her. I don't know her. This woman is a liar. There is not one person from that time, not one of Ricky's work colleagues, not one of her own friends that has come forward and said, yeah, I was there, it happened. I could pull up 5 friends from the time that I was in a relationship like this. And they would all vouch for me. Where are these people? Where are all these people that witnessed all this? Because the ones that were there are coming forward and saying the opposite. They're saying it never happened.
You've got to have had that one friend that she spoke to about her affair. There's no way you can keep that a secret, can you?
No, you've got to have one friend, and someone would know, somebody, and the police would not send Ricky's brother to prison for something Ricky did. And also, remember, I did a Claire's Law on him. There was not one accusation. And I can't prove that because I've got no evidence of that. But I can tell you, hand on heart, on my children's life, there was not one accusation from a lady called Kelly Jane that had done anything. Because remember, Claire's Law is not convictions, it's accusations as well. Any spoken word about any domestic goes on a Claire's Law. There wasn't one thing from that Kelly Jane, and that's on my children's life. That's the truth. Not
the
one
thing is, if he'd done that to her eye, why didn't she go to the police? He would have been arrested.
No, she said she did. She said she went lots of times to the police.
They would have arrested him.
They would have. No, she said that they arrested him, but then Ricky's brother took the rap and went to prison for it. I mean, come on!
You know the judge, but that was to me, not Angie.
That was.
You're going to have to send another one now.
That doesn't even make sense.
It's so ridiculous, Angie. Chat, do you remember her saying that Ricky's brother did the time for it?
What? That's crazy. I don't remember that, to be honest, but yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, but Ricky, like, he'll tell you all. He's got it all. And you can call me a liar. Talia said there was one conviction. Yeah, do you want to know what it is? It was a twok.
What's a twok?
So, you know.
A what?
Without consent.
It's really funny. It's nothing to...
Okay. Right, should we get on with FYP, guys, though?
Yeah.
We heard Rickster the other night. Yeah, Ricky told me to F off. No, what did he say? Angie said, I'm warning you now, you better blah, 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 or I'm going to F off. And I went, yeah, go on then, F off. And apparently now that gives everybody the right to call the police, send the police to my house, do welfare checks, call social services.
How many times I've actually heard that, Teddy? I said this to myself. My dad said that to my mum once. I'm fucking warning you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Angie, you walk through Italy, the women are chasing the men with rolling pins. Like, you lot need to get a grip. I'm sick of this woke behaviour.
It is woke behaviour because, you know, like I said, I've heard that many times. I'm fucking warning you, you know, just what? Because you twisted it. Yeah,
Talia, did you tell him to go first?
He said, I'm warning you, if you keep talking down to me, I'm going to
No, but before that, did you tell him to go? Because I swear, I heard you tell him you may as well go then, and he went, you're telling me to go over that fact. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was saying, right, I'm leaving, and I just kept going, well, go on then, F off, go on then, F off. He doesn't leave.
No, he was stressed, right, because you had, I think, Corey calling him an abuser or something. I can't remember.
Corey had just doxed my address.
Oh, right, that may be what it is then, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And everyone's saying, oh, Ricky said that he never met this KJ. No, he never said he never met her. He said he didn't know her. Do you know how many people used to work under Ricky? Over 300. She was one of many. He didn't know her, but of course she worked for the company. Talk wouldn't be on a Kelly's, or yes, it would, because he took the wife's car. He's going to kill me.
Guys, I'm sick of hearing that Rickster was homophobic. I don't care. I have no interest.
So was Corey.
Yeah, Corey was homophobic to my friend Famous Darling, so I have no interest. He got a taste of his own medicine. I don't condone it, however, he got a taste of his own medicine.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good, I don't care. If you can't, don't give it if you can't take it.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving it, but you can't take it. As simple as. Don't give it out then. Don't dish it out.
Exactly. Sometimes, like, people need to stop being offended. If you say one thing to one person, it's only aimed at that person. Ricky has many LGBT friends. Pharaoh is one of our good friends. She's a Brummie. Does everyone know Pharaoh? But you wouldn't even know.
Her, yeah.
She is wicked, yeah. And trust me, she does not want to bump into EQ because she's going to box her up. But she
came in there live yesterday, wasn't she?
Yeah, most people don't even know she's trans, but she's wicked. And that's one of Ricky's and mine's good friends. She's a Brummie. Like, we have no issues with any of that community. But we have an issue with Corey and we have an issue with Zippy. So it is just aimed at them. Everyone needs to stop being so offended and just get on with your lives.
Exactly. Oh.
Big up Pharaoh.
People aren't affected. They're not triggered. It's just because they have a dislike for Rickster. They want to be affected.
Yeah, they want to be affected. And Corey wants to scream from the rooftops that somebody's been, you know, homophobic to him. But what, like, we're going to forget what you did to Famous and what you said to her. How dare you speak to her like that?
Yeah, and he was homophobic towards her. So why should she? And people were like, well, people, you know, she because of what she said. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't be homophobic. He's got to taste your own medicine.
Yeah, you just basically, Corey, you set the bar of what is tolerable and what you will accept in your life. So when you got it back, you can't now cry about it. And trust me, like, Ricky even come on and apologize to everybody, but he, you know, if you're going to give it, you're going to get it. And at the end of the day, don't say these things to other people because you're just putting up the green flag to get it yourself. And let's not forget about him putting my safe house address where I went. So, no, I told you about me getting my eye socket broken and all of that. I was put into a safe house in Surrey. Yeah, where lots and lots of women who are in these problems and vulnerable women go to live to get back on their feet again. And I was there with my children and Corey put that address online. How is that acceptable? How is that acceptable? How can anybody tolerate that? How can anybody think that's okay? And I've got a recording of me saying to Corey, please don't go live tomorrow and dox me because there are lots of vulnerable women in that property. So even though you think you're just hurting me, you're not. You're actually telling a whole town where the vulnerable women go to when they're being in these domestic violent relationships. And do you know what he said? It's not my problem. I've got that recording. I'm going to post it. So this person, this narcissist, does not care about anybody. He doesn't even care about EQ. He doesn't care about misread. He is climbing his way up. And actually, you're going to see a big investigation.
The thing is, Corey is the problem. He caused a lot of shit.
Did we notice how cool things were before Corey came along?
Yeah. He caused it all. everything he has caused, because he tried to team up with you. Well, he did. He teamed up with you and Mixer because you were hated towards EQ, and then all of a sudden, and then used you for that, and then threw you away like rubbish.
He didn't care about my miscarriage. He used my miscarriage to leverage himself. Yes, absolutely. That's what he did. You know, it's just a vile, vile person. And let's not forget, Ricky done one thing on this whole, you know, brooming situation. Corey took all the information and he's the one that done it properly and ran it every week. He dissected the banknotes. He dissected the texts. He brought it to the app to the level that it came to the app. So he can't backtrack on that now.
Yeah, exactly that. Absolutely.
Go on, Ange. I'm going to let you go.
All right, thank you, Talia.
Take care.
What's the next video, Zayana?
Yes, what videos next
No,
thing?
to play. Just put them in order. I
You might
think
have
it's
to
the
do
next one
these
from the one you played.
Okay. You don't mind what one?
Yep, just the next one. Yeah, just the next one. The next one up.
From the bottom?
Yeah, just the one. You know, the one you just played. Yeah, just get what you put up. I think you work.
Okay. Yeah. It's Talia.
What is that?
It's Talia.
Oh, okay.
Are we playing it?
Yep.
Others each other. And you know what, right? She's so far up somebody else's butthole right now. I don't even want to say her name because the name makes me sick. I know who you're on about, but yeah. Yeah, she's right up her bum. And I'm just like, you're gifting people to make friends, Zia. Like, you're an old lady. No, not Zippy. The other one, the one that throws poo up the wall. You know, the one that throws the poo up the wall. Oh, for God's sake. Are you going to believe delusive Angie, who had me in a box for 3 weeks and didn't like me, giving my opinion? Heather, delusive Angie is also my best friend. Yeah, poor woman. You're going to have to fight it out. So I'm going to arrange a boxing match. Yes. For you both. Thank you. I love that. And the winner will be my best friend. I will be very much happy to knock the alcohol out of her. I've floored her before, so I have faith in you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I just say, first of all, Talia didn't floor me because, you know, my reaction, I assume she's joking there, because obviously when I went live, straight away I would have said, I never said that. You know what I mean? I would have said that. She didn't floor me. You know, Teza, I think that says, I haven't spoken on her about a year. She's a nobody to me. She'll always be a nobody. She was saying that I threatened her, but yet here she is making threats towards me. Funny that, isn't it? Well, maybe you should go and look after your child and, you know, give TikTok a little rest, love. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that, really, to be fair. I don't like this woman. Teza, my advice, though, to, what's her name, Talia, is be careful of Teza because she's using you for a platform. And that's what she does. When I was speaking to Teza, she was going on about doing these boxing, what do they call them? What do they call them now, Zayana? Battles. Yeah, she wanted to do these battles because she wanted money. Yeah, she used Zia, and you know, I think she rinsed Zia a little bit. I heard, but yeah, I wouldn't trust that Teza. Yeah, all the things that she's got wrong there. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course you do, love. Yeah, I don't like her. You're not going to knock the alcohol out of me at all. Just because someone's come to my house, you know, which is 3 people, not 1, but 3. You know, don't feel that I can't defend myself, love. Do you know what I mean? Don't sit there thinking that this is the problem with this app, right? Because someone's come to my house, it's like the domino effect, where people think, oh, well, it's okay. Angie's easy. I'll knock her out. I'll do this and I'll do that to her. I will obviously defend myself, obviously not with 3 people, but maybe 1 person, you know. I'm an old-fashioned, not fighter. I'm not a fighter. Never claimed to be a fighter. Don't like fighting. However, I'm old-fashioned where it's 1-on-1, not 3-on-1. So that's me. Yeah, that I'm a clean fighter, not a dirty fighter. I know, Talia. I know you were joking. I know Talia was joking when she said what she said, but I'm one of those where it's one-on-one. Do you know what I mean? Don't think I won't defend myself, because I will defend myself. Just to let you know there, Tessa. You know what I mean? Oh, I just love the way she said she'll knock the alcohol out on me. That is funny. That is hilarious. Okay, well, let's forget that one. Let's go to the next one. Tessa, go away, you nobody.
Right, so are we going up again? Corey?
That have said the worst, and I mean, there's people on this app
playing?
said awful things. Yeah.
You missed a video, says Ayana.
I never looked.
Yeah, you missed. Which one are you at? Where are you? Going from upwards, downwards?
So you're Talia, which we just played.
Oh, okay, we're going on them.
Look, here, look on the screen. Look on the screen.
That have said the worst, and I mean, there's people on this app that have said awful things. Yeah, your cousin. Into it. Your cousin, Luke. I did notice today that you didn't call out your cousin for his homophobic attack towards me. You didn't call out your cousin at all, did you? No. It's homophobic, transphobic, yeah? I think if you're quite happy to tell me to send flowers to somebody, because apparently I was being homophobic towards them, even though it wasn't homophobic, but whatever, I'll run with it anyway. So because I apparently was homophobic to somebody, you wanted me to send them flowers, but you wasn't going to call out your blood cousin. Who's his cousin? Rickster. But he wasn't going to call out his cousin for his homophobic attack on me. And also, he's done it 3 nights consecutively, Luke, not just the once. He's done it for the past 3 nights. Last night, he said, in not so uncertain terms, that he wants me to get arrested with him, drop the soap for him, and lick his feet clean. Because I like that. So Luke haven't called out his own cousin, but Brooks is his cousin, yeah? He didn't call out his own cousin, but me and Luke are meant to be, you know, best muckers, do you know what I mean? Mad. I think if you have said the worst, and I mean, there's people on this app that have said awful.
Sorry, going back to the beginning. I think Zayanna's sleeping. No one cares, Corey. No one cares. Let me tell you why I don't care. Right? You were transphobic, and sorry, not say transphobic, so homophobic towards Famous Darling. Yeah, so we assume you're not affected when you get it back. So what's your issue? You got your taste your own medicine. You know, you upset Famous Darling when she was crying in the box because of what you said to her. There's a difference between going to for a creator that maybe has thick skin and can take it, and going for someone that I have in my box, such as Famous Darling. No one cares. Yeah, like I said, you got your taste your own medicine, deal with it, it's your own problem. And yeah, I don't feel Famous Darling should protect, you know, the thing is, right, when Famous Darling was attacked by Corey and Corey was homophobic towards her, right, she was upset, right, she was crying in the box because no one's ever spoken to her like that before, right. What I was going to say is, I've lost my thought again. I get this awful brain fog. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you were all of this to Famous Darling, right? And now you want sympathy for what Rickster has said to you. And then, that's it. Everyone, there was not big uproar, but a few people said, well, what about, why wasn't Famous Darling supporting Corey when Rickster was homophobic towards him? Listen, I'm not a gay woman, but if I was a gay woman and Corey was homophobic towards me, like hell, I'm going to protect him if someone was homophobic towards him. No, I'm not going to do that. If I'm a gay woman, I'm not going to stand for every LGBT, you know, for every gay woman, for every person in the LGBT. I'm going to stand for myself only. I'm not going to stand here and say I represent LGBT. Absolutely not. Why would Famous Darling support Corey when he was homophobic towards her? Absolutely not. But yet, you all use that, not you here, but other people, use that excuse. Wow, she should have stood up for Corey. Fuck no, she shouldn't have. And you know what I mean? I stand my ground on that one. No, she shouldn't have. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Oh well, Corey, report it to the police. Next video.
Yeah, I think it went back to
Oh yeah, sorry, you say
the one that you asked to play at the start.
Oh yeah. Do you have an
But
opinion
the
on
next
that one,
one's
Diana?
Corey as well.
Sorry, Zane. Do you have an opinion on that one?
I think he's acting very horrible lately and he needs to change his ways because he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think do you know what I think he's looking for? I think he's looking for that again. Do you know what Sam done? Because that give him loads of views and attention, didn't it? So he'll never feel that same, like high as having all them people in the room and what's going on. And so I think he's urging for someone to do the same again to him.
Yeah.
With what he's doing.
Okay.
He liked the views. I think he's addicted to TikTok.
Yeah.
What's next? He's saying anything for the reaction. What's next? Because Corey's next again. It's about Alex leaving
Where's
this time.
the one with the EQ? That one should have been next, no?
EQ is down the bottom here.
Oh no, you just go in the order that
There's
you're
one
in.
there of EQ. This one. Do you want this one?
What's that one? Have we missed that one?
Is that it?
Yeah, we missed that one.
This is because you said go from Corey and then you went to Fingy.
Right.
Should we just start from these now?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing off your Alex. Zero. I've got enough info of me own. We've got Zach as well.
They're not going to keep doing it, are they?
Look at his fuming.
I'm just so glad I'm not like other people. I'm just so glad I've got the life I've got and not like other people.
Nobody should message Alex. Not terrible.
That
you hate me that you'll never be able to do anything to anyone again. You're under the spotlight forever.
If you need to go because of
shake your head all you like.
I totally get
shake all you like. You're under the spotlight. Everyone can see. Look at you shaking your head. You're weird. Look at him.
Do you know what I mean? But someone just messaged me because half of these people on this app
don't message Alex.
Fucking selective.
She wants something. I don't want anything.
What's her name? Torian. Is she Cam too misread and Torian's in the box? Oh yeah, carry on. That must be it.
I don't need any of Alex's information. Thank you very much. I've got enough of my own.
Yeah, but these trolls touring.
Yeah, because she's singing from your hymn sheet.
That man, but these are all targeting children now, and this is where things
terrible.
To protect
No, you
them.
don't.
Go, you know what?
You don't. They're chasing you off, threatening you with children. It's wrong. It should be awareness lives. It shouldn't be run away. It should be exposed who's done this.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
No,
I hear that. Well, look, that's all I wanted to come up and say anyway. Hi, Miss Remy. Hi, everyone.
Do you know what I wouldn't be surprised about if he's blaming the evil army? If they're all blaming the evil army, we'd never do that. None of my people would do that. Alex, we don't even play really. He's not on our radar. He's not on our radar to do anything to. He's been told, probably. That's why he come for me. Because I was like, why is he cussing me? He's called me the worst. He's never defended me. I've defended him. Do you know what? That's what it is. They're probably saying that the evil army are bloody... No, I mean, Luke's probably saying, or the whispers are, EQ's like, she doesn't like you and she'll put it out, and he's running away thinking that I'd do that because I'm against people right now. No, he didn't call me anything. That's what it is. And that's how they work on fear. They use me to instill fear in people. She'll do this, she'll do that. I won't do anything but support people. I don't want any info. I've got enough of my own on these people who've done loads to me. I don't need anyone's info.
She's jumping in boxes. She's having her say, every time I see her going in Angie's, we all know she's going to kick off.
Yeah.
Kids should never be brought into it, but they do.
Look at them.
Do. 500,000 likes, let's go!
Why don't you tell me where the location is?
Do you think he's getting away with this right now? Like, is he that oblivious? It's crazy.
You know what? I might even eat another salad.
Okay, and if someone's...
There's that video.
You know what? EQ wants to reach out to Alex because she needs someone on side. She thought it was Chippy at the beginning, right? She thought she's going to get Chippy on side, right? Like she did with the Kamikaze, basically, She wants an FYP, desperate for someone. Desperate for someone that's doing the FYP, right? That's going to have her back. That's going to support her. That's never going to go against her. That's not me. She knows that's not me. That's not Miss Red and that's not Luke. Yeah, so she's desperate to get someone. So she's thinking maybe Alex is falling out with them. You know, I think, well, kind of, you know, we all know what's happened with the Alex and Miss Red and all that situation. Then she was thinking the Chippy. Yeah, just like the Kamikaze situation. Try to control them. And that's what she's about, controlling people on this app. That is what she is trying to do, control where people go. Listen, don't get me wrong. I say this on my platform. That's it, you're in Corey's live, you're blocked. But that's my platform. I'm entitled to do that. You know what I mean? But she's saying she's going to expose people. I've said that, but I don't do it. I've not done it. I say it. I say it out of anger. We all know. Even Luke the judge, he's gifted me now, and I've said a lot about him. You know what I mean? Because he knows my anger. He knows how I get. That I don't mean what I say half the time, and it's just anger. You know? Sam Walker's the same. He said the same. He thought it was funny. You know, he laughed about what I said because he knows. Especially when I've had a drink, I have a rant, but I don't mean half the things I say. But she does. And she's trying to control this app. She's trying to run this app. And I'm not a flip-flop, I'm not. Because EQ always says I'm a flip-flop, but I'm not. I'm not friends with anybody on this app, no creator on this app. I'm just going to speak on the FYP videos. So one day, I might like EQ and say, oh, that's a nice thing she's done. And then the next day, I might hate her. But that's not a flip-flop. That's me playing a video of saying, oh, my God, EQ. You know what I mean? What the hell are you saying? I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm not a flip-flop. Yeah? So, like I say, I might have a nice video of Miss Red and say, oh, that's lovely. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But then the next day she might say something. And I'll be like, nah, we're going to have to call that out. That's not flip-flop. That's doing the FYP. That's being an unbiased flat platform, which is what we are. Yeah, I'm going to say it how it is. And I'm the only app, we are the only FYP that are not biased. Yeah. Now, I know that Sam Walker, because I've got a video of Sam Walker talking on EQ, which I will have my opinion on, because I think he is wrong on EQ. You know, I really do, because I played that video that he was talking about. We played it here. You know what I mean? So he might not always watch me at 12 o'clock, you know what I mean? But I'll explain it a bit later when we play it. So next.
You know what? I was saying this tonight. Sometimes newer creators who haven't witnessed things or been through it, because, you know, after about 6 months or so, you've probably been called names by people and then you'll remember it, but nobody else will. So then when you bring it up in a year's time, because you've been maybe called a PDF or whatever by some nasty person, you'll always hold on because you'll be like outraged that was said to you, but then nobody else remembers. So you look like you're just going on about nonsense when it meant something to you at the time, you know, whatever it was relating to.
Oh, come here. No, I had a situation last year, and I tell you, I lost nearly a stone in a week because it was called a narcissist and all this kind of stuff, and a woman hater and everything, and it fucked with my head for a whole
isn't it sometimes? So
and will you mod Laura to help with the modding?
You seem like a lovely person who's inoffensive, who doesn't want to cause offence to anybody, who seems like a person. But my differences in my whatever I body I have, or that, you know, is going to be different reactions. Everybody's different, and you know, like there's many people who go, "Oh, you shouldn't say that," but like nobody ever really picks up until I say something extreme, and that's why I do go to. That's just why I want things to change, so it's a bit more fairer and not so against me. Because the personal grievances that Miss Red has with me, for instance, and those that surround her, she's a very powerful platform of a morning, so it resonates through the other shows. And because of obviously the link with Luke, and this is my opinion, like he will always defend her, so whatever she's upset about, he'll highlight it in particular even more. So then you've got a lot of people just saying one thing, and there's no objective people where like this now, this is great, because whatever happens in the day, and then you just sitting here discussing it like openly.
Just discuss it openly. Yeah. Sorry, Nick, you were trying to say something there, Nick.
Yeah, I was, thank you. Will you mod a few people like Millsy, Upsy Daisy, Jeepers?
Yeah, I have Jeepers done there.
I really have had the longest day, so I'm going to jump down, but I'm going to tell everybody about this place tomorrow, if that's all right.
I might actually pop in once my main account comes back.
You know what? I can't turn the mod. Okay, I've used it. You know that I feel with the EQ, people have a fear of her. People are scared of her because people think she's this huge creator. It's TikTok. She's nothing. She's not a celebrity. She's not famous. She's a nobody. Yeah, she's on TikTok. No one needs to be fearful of EQ. Okay, no one needs to look up to her. There's nothing to look up to her about. You know what I mean? And I agree with what Miss Red said this morning. Yeah, that she has spoken on children. And I'll say it again. She has spoken sexually on many children on the SEP, right? So she needs to stop doing that because obviously people are going to think she is one of those. Yeah, you cannot then turn around and say, it's slander. You're damaging my name. It's not okay. When you're talking on children, I have dark humor. I've never spoken sexually on children. It's disgusting. It's vile. I've never heard anything like it ever in my life. I'm telling you, and I said it again and again and again. If I was out off TikTok and someone was speaking like that, she does on children, I'd think it was a peddler. So how can you blame the comments? How can you blame people for calling you what they're calling you when you're doing it to yourself? Yeah, sorry, Karen, continue.
Too much because the chat's wild.
No, that's fine. Just let them go wild.
I just want more fair of a platform for everybody because I've openly told you what I was going through personally. Nobody deserves that just because they've had an argument misread. You know what I mean? Like the real life accusations. He was a real kid. His name's Sam. We all know. We know the story. To the point that I don't cry at the drop of ads. If something happens that's real, like it's not about what creators are saying. If they're just coming back at me, I don't care about that. It's just that there was this accusation for 3 whole months, and it nearly destroyed me. Like I've never had, and I never would even then.
Can I just stop you for a second? 1 sec. Someone has just said I've just called EQ a pedlo. No, I haven't. What I said was, if you're talking sexually on children, that's my opinion. You cannot take my how I would feel away, and that's how I would feel about anyone that talks sexually on children. Yeah. So if someone said that same thing on TikTok, I'd be like, and I know EQ, and I know she's not one of those. However, if I did not know her, I'd think the same as other people that are saying that in the comments. She's her own worst enemy. She needs to stop talking to children, stop going into detail, yeah? Stop being so disgusting, and then people won't be saying what they're saying to her. It's her. She's doing it to herself. Yeah, so carry on.
Myself, how weak that they got me, and I had to keep being brave. And then people thought, because I was saying, because what had happened was I would come with the truth and the facts, and then they'd start picking it apart, and it was ridiculous. Nothing was good enough for these people, so they were baying for some blood when there was never a question over me by anybody. Nobody's accused me, and these kangaroo people on here. And I think to myself, well, just because I'm not a suicidal tendency type of person, and I never really I thought like that, no matter what's going on in my life. What if they targeted somebody? So I was thinking to myself, all I want is for a few more fairer platforms. There was no game for me. I'll never join this box again now. I just want to find out, you know what I mean? Who's the director of everyone too, in a sense. And then you do what you will. I don't care. Slag me off all you like. Sit here now and say, you know what, she's done this, and this.
I be cantuning you, but I don't be slagging you. I watch and we discuss them what you're discussing as well, more or less. I box hop between loads of people.
I like that because it's not clips, it's the full story, it's the live from start to finish happening as it is. So that's great. I just want to be informed, and I want more fairness.
Yeah, and anytime that I'm in your comments, I'll be right.
Quickly, Zayana. She will have no case. I can guarantee she will have no case if she was to take any of this further. No, zero. Because, you speak on children the way she does, people are going to have opinions. You know what I mean? And I can guarantee you she has no leg to stand on, because that's what people are going to think, aren't they? You know what I mean? You just don't talk on children in that way. You just don't.
Gone on mute.
Oh, sorry.
I think to myself, how weak that they got me, and I had to keep being brave. And then people thought, because I was saying, because what had happened was I would come with the truth and the facts, and then they'd start picking it apart, and it was ridiculous. Nothing was good enough for these people, so they were baying for some blood when there was never a question over me by anybody. Nobody's accused me, and these kangaroo people on here. And I think to myself, well, just because I'm not a suicidal tendency type of person, and I never really I thought like that, no matter what's going on in my life. what if they targeted somebody? So I was thinking to myself, all I want is for a few more fairer platforms. If it's no game for me, I'll never join this box again now. I just want to find out, you know what I mean? Who's the director, if everyone do, in a sense. And then you do what you will. I don't care. Slag me off all these sit here now and say, you know what, she's done this, and this.
I be cantuning you, but I don't be slagging you. I watch and we discuss them what you're discussing as well, more or less. You know, I box hop between loads of people.
I like that because it's not clips, it's the full story, it's the live from start to finish happening as it is, so that's great. I just want to be informed and I want more fairness.
Yeah, and like anytime that I'm in your comments, I'll be writing or cantuing or whatever.
I'll pin you throughout the whole live and people will get to know.
Yeah,
and if you're not following now, follow this, everyone on the back.
Cheers. I don't be up anyone's arse. I wouldn't be up your arse. Like if I disagree with something you do, I'll tell you straight out in the same way as you can say whatever you want about me.
I love this platform, but I'm so tired, so I'm going to drop down. I love you all.
Thanks for coming in.
I'll answer any more questions on another day. I know there's probably a million questions. Really I love you all, bye.
Thanks.
Here you go.
Sorry, Jeepers.
No, I just what I wanted to say to her was...
She's probably still going to be in the comments anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Do I think a lot of the stuff she said is foul? Possibly. But as a viewer, have I noticed her mental health decline?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say to her sometimes is that worth it? And that's coming from someone who's not a fan or anything like that, but viewing, I can see it. And it's not nice to see. I don't care who it is, it's not nice to see.
Right, I'm going to have to leave that because that's just really making me mad now. Okay, what about the other people, the people's health, mental health she's affected? What about that? Yeah, what about everybody else that she has affected? And this lady here, who's too scared to say anything, yeah, because she's thinking, oh no, it's EQ, oh my God, starstruck. You know, possibly vile. It's not possibly vile, love, it is vile. It's not possibly vile, it is vile, the things that she said. It is, okay? But you're all sitting here thinking about her mental health, which I do, because I'm an empath. I would never want anyone to hurt themselves or to even feel that way, ever. Never. I would be the first one to reach out. But what about the people's mental health that she has affected and felt? What about them? Do you know what I mean? So, let's think about those people. Yeah, she's affected my mental health. She's affected other people's mental health. But we got to sit here thinking of her mental health. After the vile thing that she's come out of. She's her own worst enemy. She's done it to herself. That's how I see it. But however, I'll be the first one to reach out to her. If I ever felt, she wasn't in a good place. Absolutely. Of course I would. I'm sure you would as well. Nobody would want anyone to hurt themselves or do anything, ever. Yeah. So, okay, we can go to the next video. Can we skip the next one, actually? Is that about... AJ. Yeah, forget that one. Should we go on to the next one? Because we spoke on that already. Yeah.
Right, so I've just got back to my hotel here in Madrid. Now, do you know what I just realised? That when bullies get confronted, they then start going to their default sections of pretending to be the victims. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples in a minute, but you've got to understand that we have a team called the TPR, that's our movement. Besides the thousands of lives we've saved in Africa and all the other good we do, we also protect the vulnerable and defend them. That is what we do. Hence the reason why, with that young girl who's got a disability, is why we stepped in. Because that is what we do. And the TPR, our team, went and flooded the comments and done whatever they needed to do to put the pressure on these bullies. So big up to everyone if you've done that. Now, when you see TPR in people's bios or the names like Sam_Faith_TPR and many other people, they're all part of our team. You want to be part of it, put your TPR, put a TPR in your name at the end. But I want to give you a couple of examples. So now this John Shields has gone back to his default thing of saying, trying to play the victim. Even though he's bullying this little girl, he's a grown man and he's bullying this little girl. He does it all the time. He bullies women and everything else, and he tries to play the victim to make people feel sorry for him. Everyone's seeing through it. The only people who are by his side are troll pages. If you have a look, it's all fake accounts. But this is what bullies do. Like DHB, let's go back and see a few people who've received some treatment. DHB, been bullying countless people online. Bullied my little 13-year-old son. Well, he didn't bully me. He gave the location of my 13-year-old son, right, where he goes to boxing, or used to go to boxing. Not nice to target a kid, so he received this karma. Courtney Wild mentioned about me lovely dog. Feuds in this chain, in this little locket. My dog's faith, hairs in that. He mentioned about my dog the day after she died. I retaliated because of his actions. Now, everything I do always is retaliation for actions. Then again, people are like, oh my God, that's not fair, but it was because it was in retaliation. Then move on to Darren G. So Darren G's been trolling me for years and years and years, and I got to that point where I said, let's just get a fight on. He wouldn't get the fight on. So he said, get to Dublin within a week. I got there within 48 hours. So Darren referred to his default section the same as everyone else did and tried to play the bit. Oh, I'm not going to Dublin. No, I'm going straight. Even though I've trolled Sam for years, I'm going to go straight. I'm not, this is not what I'm about, blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll just shut your mouth and don't talk about me. Even though he still talks, obsessed. But this is what bullies do. They refer, they try to, when they get confronted, they go to their default, which is to try to pretend that they're the victim. But as I said, just leave people alone. Let them enjoy themselves on TikTok and have a good time. Especially people with vulnerabilities and disabilities. Just leave them alone. Because if you don't, and the TPR are aware of it, we will expose you and put major pressure on you off TikTok. Have a nice day. Right, so I've just got back to my hotel here in Madrid. Now, realised.
I think it's nice that he's stood up for it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've got another video actually we will play of Sam Walker. Yeah, I don't know who this is. What's her name again? Guys, can someone put it in the comments?
I don't want to say it wrong, but
Muster or something like that. Apparently she has a skin condition, and she had been being bullied by John Shields and another man. Muffs. Right? I'm bad with names, sorry. I'm bad with names. Yeah, no one should be bullying anybody with a disability or skin, never should be bullying anybody on social media, do you know what I mean? And obviously people should be standing up and saying this is not okay.
Mufasa.
If I said it, Mufasa. Yeah, so people definitely should be standing up and saying this is not okay, because nobody should be bullying anybody with a disability on here. There's nothing else I can say about that. Yeah, it's that simple. No one with a disability should be bullied. Absolutely. Darren G. I don't know a lot about Darren G. Yeah, I mean, I do like what he stands for. And that's, what does he stand for? He's about, I can't say it, that kind of crime. I'm also the same, because where I live, it's quite high. KNIFE. I don't want to say the word, I'll probably get bananaed. But that kind of crime, absolutely, yeah. Exactly.
Next one's got.
So I do stand with him on that.
Do you want this?
Yeah.
Do you want this one next one with you and Corey?
Yeah, whichever you feel.
I've always sat here and called somebody a groomer.
I don't want to do that.
Delusive Angie doesn't know how Corey has any friends.
No, I don't know how you have any friends.
It's because I go outside, Ange. It's because I don't stay in my room all day.
You have a phone call with Corey and he's recording it, guaranteed you.
I do.
Guarantee he's recording that phone call, ready to waiting to fall out with you to play it and put it all over social media. But yet people still do it, and I have no sympathy. So if he leaks any more information on people, I have no sympathy for you, because that's your stupidity, because you know what the guy is like. Yeah, maybe just be careful what you say to him. Your own stupidity, go cry about it, because I have no sympathy. It's not reporting your needs here, bro. It's not,
Thank you, Hayley. Haha, too slow.
Go away. What the hell? You can't even put a real photo up of you. You know, people that go into someone's looks, right? Or you know, talks about, you know, things you've just said there. You're insecure in your own looks, right? Because you can't even put your own face on camera on your profile.
You can't put your own face. You're filtered up to F and back. How about you take your filters off?
Right. Can I just say, the thing with Corey, he goes low. He goes really low, and he goes in on people's looks. But what about him when he was, you know, quite a heavy person, you know, and he had to go on the diet thingy bobs? You know what I mean? He wouldn't like it if people fat shaming him. So why is he doing it to other people? He goes low. I was in Miss Red's live this morning, right? Miss Red said to me, are you and Corey okay now? Corey turned around to me and said he would not be, I can't remember what he said, something about you're an alcoholic mess. You're disgusting, da-da-da. He started that. He should have been kicked out of that on that live. He should have been kicked out and he wasn't. You know what I mean? He goes in on people's looks. He needs to look in the mirror. He really does need to look in the mirror and stop going in on everybody else. You know, I argue with people. If someone goes in on my looks, I'll probably go in on their looks. Absolutely. But if they haven't, I would not go in on anyone's looks. Who has a right to be sitting here saying about someone's looks? It's bullying. He is a bully, and that is exactly what he is. An addiction. I mean, I don't have an addiction, but if he thinks I have, that's fine. But then you're mocking addiction. There's also such thing as food addiction, gambling addiction, drug addiction, you know what I mean? Smoking addiction, alcohol addiction. Why are we mocking people's addiction? That's not okay. Because a lot of people will say, well, some people drink or take drugs, whatever it may be, to get them because of their mental health. Yeah, it's not like there are some people like myself, I don't even like the taste of alcohol. But because I suffer with my mental health, and this is not me wanting sympathy, I drink. Some people might take drugs. Some people might gamble. Some people might eat. But why are we mocking all of this? This is not okay to be mocked. And now, if he wants to come at me over something else and say, oh, F off, you cow, fine, I'll accept that. But don't mock someone's addiction. Don't mock their looks and go in on their looks. That's not okay. Yeah, sorry. Carry on, Zayana.
The next one.
I'm going to show how much you deserve.
This ain't got no title. It's just got they're just in the boxes.
Who's he?
Of reindeer in reindeer's boxes.
Who's she in the box with?
Chippy, EQ, Courtney, Alicia.
Yeah, so EQ's got in the box with Chippy. Who else was it? Alex, reaching out to Alex and Will. Right, so we all know what her game is, and that is to try and find someone that's doing the FYP that she can build their platform for. That's always going to support her. Okay. Yep, let's play.
Called it 3 fucking months, alright? And you deserve it, because look what you just said. You're saying I caused shit, you deserve what I got for 3 months.
No point just talking over people, Chelsea. Let other people speak, alright? And then we can have a talk about it. Then people might even understand you then.
Yeah, right? You always have to mute me, you see, because you can't take it. You're a paedophile, Chippy, paedophile. 3 months I'm going to say this now, this is day one, you paedophile, Chippy.
Don't bother me, come on. Is that the best you got?
Can I just say something?
No, Alicia. Let me just respond, right? I personally have never, ever accused you of anything. All I've ever done is an FYP, right? But you have, EQ, put shit out there that's disgusting and vile to upset people, to cause shit with people. And you've run with narratives and stories, okay? And if you're going to do that, my point, and it is to everybody, if you're going to do them storylines and you're going to say that toxic, horrible, nasty shit that you shouldn't be saying and you know you shouldn't be saying, you're going to get shit back. And if you cannot accept that, you shouldn't be putting it out in the first place. It's that fucking simple. You, the person, don't need to do that shit.
Charles, we've all sat in lives and all said, what is being said about you is disgusting. No one should be saying this. If they've got real things, bring it to the police. It shouldn't be getting brought to the app and making accusations. No one's denying that. We've all sat together and disagreed with what's happening just now.
Can I just say something here? So, obviously people don't like EQ for things she says and does. I personally wouldn't say she's a groomer, and I think people should put aside their hatred, because grooming's a real thing, and what happens to children is a real thing, and she does say shit. She has said shit about kids. Angie sat earlier saying, oh, you know, I tell people to look after their kids, but I don't talk about kids. Yes, you do talk about kids. Yeah. All of this shit to do with kids, it means...
The thing is, Alicia, there's a difference, and let me tell you why. I might talk on children as in parenting. I might say, get off the app and look after your kids. We've all said it. Many people have said it, but we don't talk sexually on children. When you talk sexually on children, you are crossing that line, yeah? People are going to start calling your names. You can't have a go at the comments, the viewers, for calling you these names if you're talking sexually on children. We've all said about, like I said, go and look after your children. Why is there a child in the box? You know, even Chippy himself has said to Linz, I'm going to call social services on her. For no reason, out of anger. Is he going to do it? No. Did he say it? Yes. But he's not going to do it. Have I said it? Yes. Oh, man's up to it. Have I done it? No. But you cannot compare what I have said, what Chippy has said, what others have said to someone talking sexually about a child. That is crossing the line. That is definitely crossing the line. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. And that's the difference. So when you say that I don't talk on children, yes, I have talked on children. Not in that way, though, Alicia. Not in that way. But you've also said, Alicia's also spoken on children. A lot of people have. So stop being a snowflake, yeah? And wake up, guys. We've all said get off, most of us, well, a lot of us have said get off TikTok and look after your children. Does that make us a nonce? Because we've spoken on children? We're not directly talking on children. No, we haven't. But some people have directly spoken on children. And that's the difference. Sorry, yeah. Carry on, Zayana.
This shit with kids, stop bringing innocent kids into it. It's just like, this is going too far, and it's going to end up really bad, and this is literally an app.
Nobody's I don't know anybody that's defending Rickster and all that shit that they're fucking putting out right now. I don't know anybody, to be honest.
He's
to what Alicia said. Did she say that? She said that I speak on children, right? I don't directly speak on children. And I don't speak on children in a sexual way where anyone has called me one of those names. Okay.
Addresses where there's children. I can't stand Lynn's, but you're putting her address out. She's a vulnerable woman on her own. She's a disabled
woman.
You
also doxed my address, Alicia. And please don't say you have, because I've got the evidence you have. I had my niece here just the other day. I was in Top Girl, and Top Girl can confirm this. You know, I was in her live, and I had my niece here. She wanted to do a battle. I had my niece in the morning. I don't go live if my niece is here, because my sister has said many times, and I respect her wishes, do not ever put, you know, her on TikTok. Not that I would, because I wouldn't, but don't even put her voice on TikTok. Yeah, so if she's here, I will never go live, because I'm going to respect my sister's wishes. But I have my niece here at times. She visits, yeah? But you doxed a child's address, and she might not live here, but she visits here. So how do you know, Alicia, that the person you doxed my address to is then going to dox it further? And then, you know, someone's going to turn up at my house when I have my niece. You know, I'm on TikTok all the time, quite a lot. But however, when I'm off, if I don't, you know, my niece could be here. She was here 2 days ago in the morning, and we went for breakfast. You know what I mean? She might not live here, but you dox the address.
Angie stuff.
Pardon?
Angie did it to Canadian Angie.
Sorry, Zan, I forgot something. Sorry. She's also called me a peddler. Sorry, I forgot that one. She's also called me a peddler. Yeah. That's to do with children. So when you're sitting there, Elise is saying that I'm talking on children, and I don't talk about children in that way, in a sexual way, ever. Oh my God. But however, you have, because when you're calling someone a peddler, you're saying they do things to children. So that's talking about children in a sexual way. So remember that, guys. When you're calling someone a peddler and they're not, you're just calling them because you're angry. That's what you're saying, that they mess with children. So you're talking about children in a sexual way. Facts.
They're putting pictures of these people at their lowest point at a child's funeral and saying, yeah, that's her. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But where does it stop? Where does it end?
My point I'm making is if you do not put that nasty law like shit out, then nobody's got nothing to come at you for. You choose when them words come out of people's mouths and that law like stuff comes out of anybody's mouth, it's they chose to say it. They chose to do it. They chose to run with it. So expect the shit back. Now I agree the shit that coming back should be truthful shit, not made up shit. Yeah? Because that's unfair as well. But nobody's coming back with any truthful shit. And when we do these FYP shows, all we show is what's going on. We don't. Well, I personally don't make fucking personal deep down decisions about who's fucking right and who's wrong. I might say if I feel it's fucking wrong. But nobody's fucking telling anybody what to do.
It's just stuff that's said, like, and you to say like, oh yeah, do you know what, I said this about children in retaliation, and this goes for anyone, like, oh yeah, I said that in retaliation. For what? Like, how are you going to say something about kids in retaliation? Like, let's just everyone stop talking about kids, because honestly, like, I've just
I don't understand what Elise is saying, because, Alex said about the chair, and that was crab paste and tears, right? That's not right what he said. However, you called him a nonce for saying that. And then a few weeks later, you're singing in his box. Make it make sense. You sat there calling him a nonce, but yet you sat in his box. So he's no longer a nonce. Yep, carry on. Oh, sorry, Zayana, I've muted you.
Sorry, Evil Wellies, did you not watch Delusive Angie's? There's a couple of people that were in her box that's in our group that was literally saying to Rickster what he was doing was wrong. So people are going at him.
I've gone at him. He threatened to come up to my house, remember? Because he don't like what I've got to say. Well, I'll be saying fucking more tomorrow as well.
Can I also just say, Chippy also spoke about Lindsay's child, yeah? So when Elise is sitting there saying that I've spoken on children, it's Chippy, yeah, no hate on you, Chippy, but you have said about calling social services on Linz. So you also have spoken on children. So my point is we all, and I'll say we, have spoken on children, right? However, we've not spoken on children in a sexual way. It makes it very different, okay? When you're talking on children in a sexual way, that's just beyond anything that I've heard. I'm not going to lie. I've never heard anyone speak sexually on a child before. So, yeah. Well, apart from EQ, obviously.
And I can say,
what's this one?
Miss Red says the latest drama is nothing to do with her.
Categorically, and I'll say this now, I am not involved behind the scenes or on TikTok with anything to do with this. I don't want to be involved. I've never wanted to be involved. Yeah, I've got my drama with certain people that will stand, but I'm not in cahoots with anybody. I don't give a shit. I have actually asked respectfully. I sent a message and I said, please leave my name out of this, because, I feel like my name's being used to score points. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I want to be left out of it. Don't want to be involved in any way. And
I don't want my name dragged in it all because I've not platformed any of it. You know, none of it ever platformed. I haven't had debates. I haven't sat here with opinions and said, you know, spoke about it briefly for 10 minutes, said it all needs to be left with the appropriate authorities. Because for me, when you're talking about a potential childhood SA, it shouldn't be used as ammunition to go at people or for debates or open for speculation. Not at all. So, and that's the last time I'll say anything about that. I'm 100% right. 100% right. Not my beef at all. And I can say, like, categorically, and I'll say this now, I am not involved behind the scenes or on TikTok with anything to do with this. I don't want to be involved. I've never wanted to be involved. Yeah, I've got my drama with certain people. That will stand, but I'm not in cahoots with anybody. I don't give a shit. I have actually asked respectfully. I sent a message and I said, please leave my name out of this because, you know, I feel like my name's being used to score points. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I want to be left out of it. Don't want to be involved in any way, and I don't want my name dragged in it all because I've not platformed any of it. You know, none of it ever platformed. I haven't had debates. I haven't sat here with opinions and said, you know, spoke about it briefly for 10 minutes, said it all needs to be left with.
Okay, I don't have much to say about that, to be honest. Shall we go to the next one? Unless you've got an opinion, Anna?
No. No, next one's CLA. It says CLA goes on a rant about her sons after their father. Oh, all I'd want to do.
Don't ever talk shit on my sons. My baby father is a dusty youth. The guy is a waste man. And if he found out I trapped my sons, oh my God. You'd be wanting him locked up, arrested. So don't talk nothing to me. My fucking sons love me, and now they realise, darling. Because once they realise, they realise. Yes, I will work my fucking ass off. I'll do anything, sweetheart, for my boys. And ain't no one gonna stop me. And what the fuck do people know about going through domestic violence? Sitting on here talking about domestic violence. What would you know? I'm sat here with broken fucking bones, darling. Broken jaws, fucking smashed to pieces. Look at the fucking piece of art, darling. I was healing with a British soldier, darling, in the fucking paint. You're not a British soldier that's in a fucking hostel. Because this country can't even give him a fucking house to live in after, like, fucking, you know, nearly dying to protect this country. Don't ever disrespect me. That's the one people I love soldiers. Anyone that risks their fucking life to fight for this shithole country, darling, they need a fucking diamond medal. Ever disrespect?
I think she knows we're going to war, and she wants the soldiers on her side.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Have you been stocking up, Ange?
Yeah. So, sorry, are her children the ones she called an end to? Are those the ones she... Is that what she's talking about? And that... Is that what she's saying? I didn't say that video, but that's what she said in the past. Next!
This is EQ, but I don't know if we've watched it.
I was just in the...
Have we watched it?
Yeah, what's that one?
Angie says her Luke.
Yeah.
Angie says her Luke watched it.
Yeah, let's play it.
Bathroom. Did she say I get more views than you? Maybe not now as you're doing what you're doing here, but I'm getting more views than you, love. How are you? Same level as you. You're right. Actually, you are correct. 100%. I will never be on the same level as a toxic
bitch like you. Absolutely. Who wants to be on your level of toxicness? Toxicness, does that make sense? Yes. Who wants to be on your level? Who? Chippy, who sits on 400 viewers at 8 in the morning. Yeah? Okay, Miss Red, she gets a fair amount of viewers. So does Luke. And guess what, EQ? I get more viewers than you. Okay? I get big viewers. So how dare you say I'm not on the same level as other people? Yeah? They're not on the same level as me. Because guess what? I have more viewers than they have. So don't sit there saying...
I'm not talking about Miss Red. I'm not talking about...
Fact. Let's go on facts, shall we, EQ? Let's go on facts. I get more viewers. Yeah, I do. Okay. Miss Red gets more viewers. Luke, the judge, gets more viewers. He's a bit of a snake, but however, he still gets more viewers than you. Chippy sits on 400 viewers. So he's obviously not liked. People don't like to watch his FYP. So let's base it on how many viewers people get in. The other night I had 8K. The night before that, 5K. You are so... Make sure you screen record this, guys. You are so jealous of me, EQ. You are riddled with jealousy. It really does how you're dying to get me off the platform. Now, who were you constantly talking about to Canadian Angie? Oh, that's it. Me. Yeah? Delusive Angie this, delusive Angie that. Why was that? Because I am a threat to you. And she knows it. A huge threat. Absolutely. And now, like I said, we're going to go by numbers. None of them get the numbers. Definitely Chippy does not get the numbers. And I'll tell you why he doesn't get the numbers is because he's boring. As simple as he's boring. Nobody wants to sit and listen to his opinions. Nobody wants to sit and listen to his opinions. Facts. Yeah? I get the viewers on my FYP because people want to listen to my opinions. They want to listen to my opinions. Unlike they want to listen to your toxic opinions. I am a threat to the crow. Where's the evidence? Sorry,
I was just in there. Can I just ask guys, who's this woman? Because I love her. I absolutely love her. She's on repeat. I'm not gonna lie, but I do love her. If you're wondering why I repeat myself, that's my BPD. So I do suffer BPD, yes, and I think that's what it is. But I'm constantly repeating myself. I have noticed that. However, that's a fact. EQ facts. Next video, Zayana.
Dalaran.
What do you think she's talking about?
Louder in case she's in the shower. Then it goes to the Sophie Talia that we've all watched, the Corey, and then it's this one. There's an Alex leaving the app of Corey. I don't know if you want to watch that.
Whatever's next, Zayana.
You know, like when you take your kid's Xbox off them and they just sit in the corner and cry? This is exactly what he is doing. Thank you, Sniper.
You might see me one day in the future, you know, on another account, but it won't be on these accounts, you know. This is the last time the crypto opens. I mean, I appreciate you all being in here and that, and, you know, it's been a bit of a journey, you know. It's been a bit of a journey, like that. It's just been
one hell of a journey.
You know, it's been a bit of a mad one. It's just, it is what it is. I miss all yous lot, you know. But so much more to this, so much more to life than this for me.
So much more to this than me. Get so correct, man.
Oh, wait a minute, Corey. Wait a minute, Corey. When you crying, my ex is getting married. Oh, please. Yeah, was he not crying on live? It was like, oh, yippee. Let me go live 1 sec. Just get some tears come out. Force my tears out.
I've put this.
I was literally in there just reading your sign.
This is crazy. You know how many times I've got it all recorded on here? 2:30 in the morning, 12 o'clock, 2:30, the gas people. Like, and the door, I don't even, it's not even secure. I've just had to go live now. I'm not recording you. It's
that's fine. All right.
I wouldn't do that.
I get it.
And they keep literally calling ambulances, police. Like, there's 30 people coming to my door just yesterday. This is just too much. The council have got to move me out of here because I'm just harassed. Everything.
Are you speaking to the council? Are you in contact with anyone from the council?
Oh, I've been on the phone tonight to the police. Let me end this. I'm ending.
Oh, she got the... Oh? Nate?
There's tons of pigeons.
Boring.
Did they do it to me?
CLA has lost it with the
I tell you
phone.
what, darling, if I found out who was doing this to me, sweetheart, oh my God. To sit in a house with not even a secure door, people keep coming, the council not helping me, the police not helping, but making me unsafe. It's not the police's fault, it's the housing. This is my job. None of you are going to stop me from doing my job. So you can carry on calling the police, carry on calling the ambulances, carry on calling the gas people. I do not give a shit. No more. I'm just going to ignore it.
Well, obviously you do care, CLO, because you're having a rant. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you. Obviously, she did. Outside with her phone, and everyone can see where she is. She's doxing her own address, and then she's wondering why she's not being moved. Moved to another premises because you're going to do the same thing, love. Oh, next.
Go and target people that abuse kids, darling. Don't be targeting me, darling. Go and target abusers. Murderers. Wrong'uns. I am not a wrong'un. Leave me alone, darling. Go and target people that abuse.
I know a little Mo got out, didn't he? Did he get found? Is little Mo found? What does he say?
Okay, next.
Sam Walker's the bad guy. But we're not going to give her an opinion on Sam Walker. But what we will say is we don't agree with what he said.
No.
Well, how about you? How about the fact that you don't agree with two grown men targeting a vulnerable girl?
Mo the spider got out and it got eaten.
I heard that. That's what happens when you don't. When a spider is with someone that has no idea about spiders. It's human error. Once again, human error.
He's got a terrible skin condition and hands are really bad.
Human error, yeah? Let the spider free. It doesn't belong in a cage. It don't belong in your house, yeah? It belongs in the wild. That's where that spider belongs. Let it out and let it free. That's human error. That's your own fault, CLA. You got to blame yourself for that.
Did we play this Sam Walker one?
Yeah. People thinking they're experts on spiders.
Ange, did we play this Sam Walker one or did you just play the one?
It's a different one, that one.
And you're the one inciting, you're the one to do it. None of the FYP pages talk about that, will they? Instead, it's, oh my God, have you heard what Sam said? That's so bad what Sam said. I'm just letting you know I support the LGBTQ community. This is not right. This is what he's saying. This is all, and I'm calling all the FYP pages out because that's what they do. But instead of just having a little bit of fucking set of balls, the only one that seems to have a set of balls and to say it with how it is the likes of EQ. Right? That's a fact. Because I was sat there watching Miss Red today. I'll be honest, I was slightly disappointed.
Can I just say something really quickly? You know, Sam says that he's disappointed with Miss Fed. I'm disappointed with him for him to think that the only one that says how it is EQ. Is he okay? Sam, are you okay? She's the worst on the app. She doesn't say it how it is.
You know, be friends with, if you're friends with EQ, she'll be nice to you. You're not friends with EQ, she'll throw you under the bus. She's the worst on the app, man. Seriously, what's wrong with these people?
We're targeting, and as a woman, I thought she would have done that. Right, as a woman, right, I thought misread. Instead of her going, I'm not going to play the video where Sam spoke about these two gay men because it's so bad, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to speak about that. No, it's so bad. I'm just letting the LGBT community know I support them, blah, blah, blah. No, she mentioned that.
Yeah, but one second, someone in the comments said he's right, but I played that video. He said that I didn't play it. I played it. He may not watch my live at 12, my FYP at 12. I played the video.
Mention the fact that two grown-ass 80 men targeted a young girl who's got disabilities, who her hands are fucking affected from a disability. Not once did they mention that. The likes of EQ would turn around and say, whatever she says, whatever the fuck she wants. That's a fact. That's a sad difference between these FYP.
Sam, let me stop you there. You know, let's not forget about what she did to Molly. Yeah, a disabled woman. Yeah, I've got the video there. She was a disabled woman. So let's not, kind of have that selective outrage. Do you know what I mean? Let's not have the selective outrage.
That's probably the sad truth about it. But the only one who seems to speak the truth is EQ and says how it is. And that's why sometimes when someone's not too scared to fucking say the truth, they fucking need to become a target. And that's what happens. But that's a sad... And to be honest with you, Rickster doesn't get on with EQ, but I'll be straight with you. I've seen Rickster fucking speak the truth and speak his fucking mind on his FYPs as much as they don't get on. And so it's not like I'm just taking sides, because the truth is, Rickster, I've seen him fucking go sick on Corey because Corey's affected his beard or whatever. But that's the thing. I've seen Rickster just think, I'm not asked on my platform, I say whatever the fuck I want. And I've seen him do that. I've seen him do the other day when I think Talia got on the live, and then
you know what? Can I just say, even though, listen, like I said, I'm not going to talk on the Rickster, the homophobia, because of what Corey said to Famous Darling. However, you cannot just come on TikTok and social media and just say what you want to say. You cannot do that. You can't commit hate crime, and that's what Rickster did. However, do I care? No. Does it affect me? No. Because of what Corey, I don't really care because of what Corey said to Famous Darling. However, Sam, people cannot just come on here and do that. Hate crime is a serious matter. Rightly so. Sorry, unmute Zayana.
Jimmy just said the truth, whatever he thought. But instead, what got focused on? Oh my God, Rickster's being homophobic. That's what it was. But no one mentioned the bigger picture of what fucking provokes it. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's about, as I said, EQ. I know Rickster and EQ are sworn enemies, but she's the only other FYP page that will just say it how it is. And that's the truth, because, and I'll be honest, because when I look at like the likes of Misread, and even Angie, as much as I like Angie's sound, I've got nothing but I like Angie. I like Misread as well. I like the pair of them. But I'll be honest with you, I'm disappointed in the pair and the fact that not one of them focused on the fact, or even put a focus.
I did play the video. I played the video and I spoke on it. So.
Girl. Not one of them. Each one of them were just like, oh my God, it's terrible, Sam being homophobic. I don't regret what I said. Because here's the thing, I might have been homophobic to them two people, and I fully intended to be. That doesn't mean I'm homophobic to the whole LGBT community. I'm not at all, because I don't give a shit what someone chooses to be. That's none of my business.
Yeah, I would treat someone. Once you're homophobic to one, you're homophobic to them all. The thing is, the unaliving rate, due to transphobia, homophobia is high. People unalive themselves. It's not okay. People, the police take it seriously. You cannot just come on social media and be homophobic. You cannot do that. You'll be arrested. Absolutely, rightly so. It's a minority. You know what I mean? And people, like I said, they take their life over it.
I'm just letting you know I support the LGBTQ community. And even Angie Sand, I've got nothing but I like Angie. I like Miss Red as well. I like the pair of them.
I'm not talking about Sam, I'm just talking about people on social media. You know what I mean? I'm just talking in general. Like I said, I did message Sam. I said, well, I did play that video, you know what I mean? But maybe he doesn't know because I used to go live at 8 and now doing the FYP at 12, you know what I mean? But, I think when people say, what about, one sec. People say, what about when, why don't people call Sam out? I just think Sam's on a different level. First of all, he's in Spain. And second of all, he doesn't mean what he's saying. You know what I mean? He says it out of banter. You know what I mean? I think it's very different to someone actually bullying someone because of their sexuality. Do you know what I mean? So he doesn't mean what he's saying, Sam. Then when he was being... He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. But however, I did get him into the box and he had a say and he responded. So there's nothing else I could do. If you have an issue, go and speak to Sam about it. Do you know what I mean? However, I'm just disappointed with Sam thinking I didn't play that video. I played the video. I'm disappointed in him thinking that EQ's the person that's the realist on here. Sam, we're going to have words. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's his opinion. He's entitled to that opinion. And hey-ho. Prove you did. I'm not going to prove it. I did play the video. I might not have played it at 12, but at one point in that day I did play it. Why are you acting like you know him? I don't know Sam personally, no, but me and Sam are friends. I like Sam, absolutely. But am I a little bit disappointed at him saying that the only FYP host, that's real on here is EQ? Yes. Like he's disappointed at the thought, at me because he thought I didn't play it, but I did. You definitely did. Thank you, Candy Floss. So people can say what they want as long as they don't mean it. Oh, for God's sake. Well, then go and have that. Go and bring it up with Sam. You know what I mean? I do understand what he's saying. That people want to call out what his and say, "Oh, Sam, you've been homophobic." But the bigger picture is, two men, grown men, bullying an 18-year-old woman that has a disability. We've got to, that's not okay. You know what I mean? That's never okay, is for anyone to be bullied, especially with someone with a disability.
Focused on the fact, or you can put a focus on the fact that two grown men were targeting a vulnerable girl. Not one of them. Each one of them were just like, oh my God, it's terrible, Sam being homophobic. I don't regret what I said. Because here's the thing, I might have been homophobic to them two people, and I fully intended to be. That doesn't mean I'm homophobic to the whole LGBT community. I'm not at all, because I don't give a shit what someone chooses to be. That's none of my business. Yeah. I would treat someone exactly the same.
Diana. Like I said, I think once you're homophobic, that's it. You're homophobic to the whole LGBT. That's my opinion. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't think Sam is being homophobic at all. You know what I mean? I think because there's a lot of banter there. I don't think he is homophobic. I don't think he has an issue with the LGBT at all.
And she was putting so much press. She was with that summer and her were literally like screenshots of look at what this person commented. It's like
Rottweilers discuss Canadian Angie and Summer love and then discuss elusive Angie.
Catfishing USA now.
Rewind this one, Diana. So I wasn't listening. Rewind it.
Yeah.
So, guys, Sam isn't homophobic. Give it a rest. Go and speak to him about it then. Okay. Oh, sorry, I got you on mute, Zayana.
Translated.
This is
Yeah, I watched it when she was putting so much press. She was with that summer, and her receipts were literally like screenshots of look at what this person commented. It's like that side and all that. So it was just receipts of comments for her receipts or whatever, and then catfish too. It's just catfish in USA now.
Yeah, but the thing is, that summer pretended she was in a coma for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To try and get her ex back.
Can I stop you for a second? The comments are going, listen, let me tell you something. What Sam said, right, is correct on that bit, yeah? When he said, yeah, that people are focused on his homophobia and not the whole picture. And that is 2 grown men bullying a disabled woman, yeah? So you're not sitting there in the comments mentioning anything about these 2 men bullying a disabled child, a woman, well, a young woman, because she's only 18, right? You're sitting there more focused on what Sam has said. Why is that? Is that because you have a dislike for him? That's exactly what it is. Why aren't you mentioning the 2 men that went for a disabled child? Sorry, carry on, Sayana. I say child, sorry, she's 18, but to me that's still a child. Do you know what I mean? Carry on.
Fucking hell.
American translated.
On my platform again. However, was Cam touring us tonight, so that lasted long. Delusive.
We don't go on your platform anyway.
No, but I know, firstly, I know. But
she's never been in her box once.
Only to scream at her. But she means, I think she meant, like, playing videos of me. Not that she ever did, but... and then later on was Cam touring us. So that lasted long. But I want to place a bet that I'll be back on the FYP tomorrow for her. Yeah. So I'm never playing them again. I'm never having them in my box again. The next day. 12 hours later.
I've not even been in her live. I told you, Delusive, I'm gone. When I'm gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Not interested. I can see you.
Finally, we got you away from the cult links. Listen, Borderline, I have been putting the work in on that.
No, it's not even. You can't work on me. You can't do that. I've got my own mind over. You know what I'm like?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's. I had to get that. Her having my friend's actual abuser on to call her what she did and said nothing. That was it. The first one was when Delusive Angie, Canadian Angie, was allowed in her box to lie about me. And Delusive Angie knows the truth. And she didn't say anything, and I thought, And then she did that to Chelsea.
What's that?
To call her what she did and said nothing. That was it. The first one was when Delusive Angie, Canadian Angie, was allowed in her box to lie about me. And Delusive Angie knows the truth. And she didn't say anything, and I thought, And then she did that to Chelsea, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Know the truth about what?
No.
I don't even really know what you make. I don't know the truth about what. I don't even know what she's talking about. The truth about what? Sorry, carry on.
Week. However, she has no idea what I've been through and what I've had to fight through to still be here to this day.
I wouldn't even explain to her. She's not worth the steam of.
No, exactly. So I will not sit here and explain it. However, I'm not weak.
No. Far from weak, and I've made sure of that, absolutely.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. So Delusive, don't come for Jodie, because she'll come back 10 times as hard.
Oh.
Yes. You think I'm unhinged, dear? Wait till you get my episode, delay.
It's very nice. People are like, oh, she's so sweet, she's so cute. If I don't like you, I'm not. No. Minx has heard me go at Duluth before. I've literally just laughed at her like an unhinged maniac.
I love it. It's the Scorpio. Look, she's got Jemazino begging it up in her boxes. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It's just supporting Tommy, a rapist.
Mm-hmm. What? Irish Tony?
No, Tony. Did I say Tony? Tommy. I meant Tommy. Tommy. Supporting him saying he's innocent.
What?
Oh yeah, she's been running around saying that he's innocent and was set up. Yeah, Robert's the and she was put.
That's the end of that one.
Is Nanny G a mod on here? She should be. Oh, okay. Nanny
No,
G,
Angie.
go here. Can you make a mod? So I've only just saw your message. Okay, what's next?
Desperate attempts, everybody, don't worry.
What's this?
Desperation to try and regain.
Did we watch this one? EQ makes it clear that the clique will no longer bully her or reverse.
No, we haven't seen this one.
So because he's lost control and they've lost control and they're seeing the numbers, look at the numbers now. He's got 2,500 people because there are audiences that are watching these people because we're not on. So we're going to be on when you're on. You're not bullying anybody on a mass scale ever again and making anybody feel the way you've made me feel over the time.
I also got a message that EQ is going to push Sophie Bailey up on the platform. Unfortunately for you, EQ, Ziana will be live at 10. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same time. So we're going to also push her up, love. Yes. Sorry, unmute.
Bullying anybody. Come gang handed all you like. We'll just do this all the time. Make shitloads of money, extra subscribers. And you just make nothing other than off your little Alicias and this, that and the other. It won't be off the public at all.
Yeah, I'm
I called it on Zach because I was like, what's going on? Why does he look weak again? You know what I mean? And he wasn't getting any stronger. It was because he was scared, because he was threatening him again on his live. We all heard it. He said, if Zach speaks on misread, then basically, you know what I mean, he was going to go for him alongside him. And that's two big platforms while Zach's trying to recover. So, you know, unfortunately, I lead by my emotions. And then, you know, I ended up going, blah, 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 Zach. But look now, you know, I will scaffold them. And they won't bully anybody. They tried to do the same to me. He's just turned around and said to everybody that because I believed it before Chester said. I always believed it myself. I said it on day one. That was him who'd set it up, this racism comment and changed an account name and all that, because my account didn't tally up to it all. That's why it was never proven, ever. That's why I'm not in jail or arrested by Pale Price, you know what I mean? Because it's the same woman swearing Shepherdess. So if Pale's been arrested, and that's meant to be my account and stuff, so when Chester said it, it was just further verification. I believe it myself, but he knows that I have not done any of the things that he then played, and he's saying the reason he played it was because I believed Chester, but I always believed it anyway, and that's not right. You can't combat something because you don't like what somebody believes with relentlessly allowing somebody when you're meant to be safeguarding everybody. It doesn't matter whether you hate somebody or not. You don't pin that on somebody. It's life-changing ruin, and it does not for me because look what you've done. Everybody knows, and you've all been exposed, but that's terrible that you think that you can do that to people, and that's why I'm standing with Zach, and we're going to try and do something about it. We're not going to try, we actually are. Look already. Look at all the views. So look at them, they're already playing each other's clips, you know what I mean? Corey stands alone anyway, so he's not involved in this. We'll never come to Corey, because he just stands alone anyway. Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you, Alison. Make sure to get pinned. Look at him.
Someone help!
Over the top about Corey, because he would never dream of trying to do that because he knows that Corey's bigger than him.
Messages. No, I don't want you to.
Wrong with desperate attempts, everybody, don't worry.
Oh, what's this?
Desperation to try and regain control.
Ball a day.
So because he's lost control and they've lost control and they're seeing the numbers, look at the numbers now. He's got 2,500 people because there are audiences that are watching these people because we're not on. So we're going to be on when you're on. You're not bullying anybody on a mass scale ever again and making anybody feel the way you've made me feel over the time. Zach over the time. Your reign of terror's over, the pair of yous. You're not bullying anybody. Come gang handed all you like. We'll just do this all the time. Make shitloads of money, extra subscribers. And you just make nothing other than off your little Alicias and this, that, and the other. It won't be off the pub.
Oh,
Started.
okay. Do you have an opinion, Diana? We're going to the next video.
No. Yeah.
Have I sat here and called somebody a groomer? Absolutely, because, you know, I believe they do manipulate people and things like that, and I'll stand by that. Thank you, Matthew. But somebody who grooms children, no. No. I said you groom people, which you do, and you're doing it now on TikTok. You are making people try and think your way, coming round to your way of thinking, all right? Like, I've never mentioned, spoke on kids, yes, you have. Yes, you have. If you are speaking that way on children, right, you have to expect people to have these opinions, all right? Because it don't matter how mad I get with somebody, I ain't telling people that they're going nuts in kids. I ain't speaking sick on people's kids.
One sec, Diana. Where's Matt gone? Matt, get back in the box. I just put you in, you've gone. Sorry guys, I've just looked at my requests. Matt, get in the box.
So, yeah, I stand by, I did say that. I said that you was a groomer of people and a financial groomer. I will stand on business with that. That is what I said. But I have not platformed any of anyone's essay situation because I said that should be in the hands of the police. You are trying to control TikTok. You think you own TikTok. You think that you have the right to control everything and everyone, but let me tell you something, you cannot control me. You cannot hold a virtual GUN to my head because I will sit on here every day just to fucking piss everybody off. All right? Because your FYP has been used for a lot of nasty stuff. You played voice notes from social services. You've played the Talia Dean voice note. You said that Sophie Bailey unalived somebody. Your platform is the toxic one. I don't touch any of that shit. Yeah, I admit I've got it wrong on occasions, and I'll continue probably to get it wrong in the future. But I ain't sat here causing fucking... I ain't wrecking TikTok, basically. And that's all I'm going to say about you. And I know you sat there going, wow, no, you know, spinning your shitty narrative. So, yeah, you got what you want, clap back to you, but people open their eyes to you, darling. And they'll continue to do so as well.
Guys, what do you think of Miss Red's lips? She's got the filament. What do you reckon? I don't think there was any issue with her, you know, with her before, to be honest. I feel Miss Red is very insecure and she got her lips done because of TikTok. Do you like them? Yeah, I quite like them as well. I honestly, I don't think there was anything wrong with the lips before, to be fair.
My friends just had hers done, and on her first, like, she had it done, and they looked like they had I was saying, you look like you've got a shelf, and then she had to go and I think you have to have them done twice before they look like natural. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're probably still swollen a bit.
You know what I think of Botox and fillers, guys? Don't do it. Don't do it.
And my friend had some bruising, so she's lucky because she don't look like she's got any, except for a bit on her lips, maybe. I don't know.
Listen, I had Botox, guys. If he wasn't on here yesterday, I told my story and I thought I was going to die after Botox. Don't do it. Make sure you research it.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it that they don't tell you. You know what I mean? Once it's in, it's not coming out. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, be careful with Botox. It's a toxin, man. It's a toxin. Remember that. Yeah, the side effects. Yeah, they say headache, flu-like symptoms. You know, they give you. There's a lot more. Go on Allergan website. There's a lot more because I've got pretty much all of it. And it took me, honestly, I'm not even lying, 6 years to actually recover from Botox. 6 years. That's not even a lie.
It's really dangerous. It's when the needle's put into the wrong area, do you know, like your bone or something.
6 years it took me. You know, when I spoke to my doctor, this doctor in America, she said sometimes what happens, that one symptom will disappear for you to get another one. And that's exactly what happened with me. I've never been so sick. Since I'm okay now, but I still have sleep apnea. I still, one sec. I still have sleep apnea. I still have many things. Do you know what I mean? Since I had Botox. Yeah. Always do your research, man. I don't advise anyone to get Botox. As if Angie was in America. No, I found a doctor in America. So I'd done my research because I was so ill. When I first, I told this story already. I'll quickly say it again, right? So when I had Botox, right, I came home. The next day I had droopy eye, right? That's a common effect, right, side effect. Didn't think too much of it. I got into a hot bath. I jumped out the hot bath and I was covered in hives from here to toe. Hives all over my body. So I went into A&E. I didn't go into A&E straight away because I thought, what the hell? But then I couldn't actually move. I couldn't lift my arm. You know, I couldn't hold my head up. This is just after I had a bath. maybe you shouldn't have a bath. I don't know, but couldn't lift my head up. I felt paralyzed. So I went into A&E. No doctor said to me it was because of Botox. And I told them I had the Botox the day prior. They said to me it was just a coincidence. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. Then I started suffering with real bad anxiety. Then I started having sleep apnea. Then I had, I couldn't walk up the stairs without being out of breath. I was walking my dog, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I had this medicine taste in my mouth. What else did I have? Oh my God, the list goes on. Then I think a year later or 6 months later, I can't remember when it was, I had this bloody diarrhea, and I was very ill from that. Then what did I have after that? Oh my God, I swear to God, it took about 6 years to recover. Yeah, it was horrible. Then I had flu-like symptoms. I had that as well. 6 years. And then I spoke to the lady. You know the lady, I don't know if you know this woman, but she sued Allergan. She won an out-of-court settlement of £5 million she got. And she was paralyzed due to Botox because she got what you call botulism, where, that's what she got. And she said she had some of the symptoms I had, the hives, but she was in a coma for about 3 months. She nearly died from Botox. Come on, Angie, piss off. I'm telling you the truth. That's honestly, 6 years it took me to recover. Honestly, go and look at the forums. You'll be surprised how many people actually have side effects from the Botox. It's not headache and flu-like symptoms and all this they're saying. There's a lot more that you can get from Botox. And that was the 4th time I had Botox. 4th. I honestly thought I was going to die. It was horrible. You put me off now. Yeah, honestly, be careful with Botox. Yeah, and that lady, go and look at her. I can't remember her name now. Shall I have a look what her name is? And then then you can go and have a read about her. But she was in a coma for 3 months. I spoke to her. I spoke to the doctor that was looking after her. And this doctor was saying you were lucky you had the symptoms you had because they're very similar to the lady she was looking after, which is this woman. She said she described the day after when she had Botox, it was like acid, someone throwing acid in her face. That's the feeling she had from Botox. Then she got the hives, like what I got. And then she collapsed and she couldn't breathe. And then she was in a coma. Yeah, and she came out of the coma 3 months later, paralyzed. Yeah. She was, you know, just got married and, you know, it was quite sad. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, it's bloody scary, honestly. Honestly. I know. And I went to a doctor, professional doctor, and had that done. I didn't get, you know, I think I didn't get a lot. You know, I got it in my forehead. What about what Red said? Oh, anyway, let's get back to the FYP. What's the next video, Zayana? So people say, someone says, what about what Red said? What did she say? And here I am, fresh as a needle, the new. Oh, sorry about that, Jay. Zayana, are we there?
No, Ange, that's the end of the videos.
No, that's it. No, what about the Red video?
There weren't no more left. Miss Red was the last one.
Wait a minute. Let me have a look. There is another video here, Zayana. You missed one. Let me have a look. Okay, well, I've got a few videos I'm going to play that people have sent me through. Where is she? Oh, God, I can't even find her now. Oh, there it is there. Well, okay, right, so we've got what these videos here.
Canadian Angie wants a book.
Okay. Oh. Hiya.
I can't hear anything.
Hiya, you okay?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I just had a quick question. Out of everything Red said, there's been no discussion and you're just discussing her Botox. What do you feel about everything that Red said in regards to EQ?
In regards to what?
The Evil Queen.
Yeah,
all
what she said.
Did you not watch the video?
What video?
That you just played, your FYP video.
Oh, yeah, the video. Well, what did she say that was so wrong?
No, I'm saying, are you not going to comment on what Red said? Did you have any opinions on what Red said in regards to Evil Queen and the money manipulation?
They're saying about her, if she stops saying what she's saying, people will stop reacting.
Yeah, stuff like that and her manipulation.
Yeah, I've had opinions on it so many times on that. I agree.
Yeah,
you know, I said it, I think, at the start on my FYP. Yeah, if she stops saying about what she's saying about kids in a sexual way, people will stop coming at her.
Yeah, how do you feel about her comments on financially grooming or manipulating people?
No, I don't think that's true.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it's I don't think she's financially grooming her. Who's she financially grooming?
So how do you feel today about her putting up her PayPal to get people to send it directly to her? Because she didn't think her payment was going to come out in time.
Oh, she put a PayPal up?
Yeah, she got about £300 on her PayPal today.
Oh, really? Well, I've got a PayPal up as well for my laptop. Yeah.
No, but this was a little bit different. It was more people giving her money so that she was worried her payment wasn't going to come out today. So she put a PayPal in her when she was camping Red, asking people to put money in her PayPal account.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if people are going to do that, they're going to do it. If they want to gift her, they're going to gift her. If they want to pay her, they're going to pay her. You know, I put up PayPals. I put up a PayPal for a bed, a phone, for many things, a wish list.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If people are going to send her money, they're going to send her money.
I think there's something wrong with it.
What do you think, Zayana? Zayana? I just don't think there's anything wrong with that, no. That's down to the people that want to gift her, right, or send her money.
But when you're doing it on a live, I think it's a bit different when you think your payment's not going to come out for the month. I think having a wish list is one thing, If you have a wish list for certain things, like you said, your computer, your mattress, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
But don't you think getting on a live and saying, well, I don't think my payment's going to come out this month, and if everyone could contribute to it, that's not a little bit different?
Yeah. I'll probably do the same thing.
Would you?
Probably.
Oh, I wouldn't think you would do that.
Oh, well, I've got a PayPal up there right now.
But don't you think she's done that cleverly though? Because if she's to gift herself, she ain't got to pay the extra shit. So she could have just put that 300 quid in herself.
I just feel that Canadian Angie, if people want to spend money on her, they're going to spend money on her. That's on them. There's no manipulation there. She said it, she told the truth.
I just find it a bit odd. I mean, she gets her gifts to put out there that you want the money for your payment might not come out this month. I just find it odd. Or maybe it's just the first time I'm seeing something like that actually taking... I've never seen that happen before.
Hi, Angie. I know you've got Canadian Angie with the drinking problem.
I don't have a drinking problem. You have a coke problem. I don't have a drinking problem.
But I didn't say that at all about no rent payments, what you're talking about. I gave me PayPal out on my live and people sent me money. I didn't say it was for any reason. I just said just because. So I never said that. You've said the whole chat's filling up, which you never said.
Why do you need people to send you money through PayPal? Get it through your gifts. Are your gifts not enough for you?
Well, I can do what I want, really. It's not your choice in Canada, is it?
It's not your choice in Canada. That's
but
all you have to
it's not, Angie. You need to get a grip. Get back on the app, do your FYP, and shut the fuck up about everything else.
I just find it a bit odd that it's the first time I'm seeing that a live creator is actually giving out their PayPal.
It was Zach yesterday. Zach said on his live, my PayPal's in the bio, and I thought, because I would never do it normally, because Millen and that, they only get like pounds or whatever. So I was like, well, actually, if Zach can do it, so I just read it out, and then all of a sudden they were sending me money, love. So I was happy with that.
Don't you think you're better than that? Or why wouldn't you put your PayPal in the bio then instead of...
It's to help my people not give 70% to TikTok, because when they're sending me a £300 gift, they want me to get the full 300, you know what I mean? So it's a new way to get rid of that 70% if it's people who send massive gifts. I wish you were still somebody who sent me gifts, then I'd have all the money to my PayPal, love.
Yeah, you'd have all of it. I'd give you all of it. Definitely.
I'll come and work in the cake shop, love.
I don't have a cake shop.
All right, but stop drinking and get back on live and do your shit at my time. It's blown over now. Everything's blown over with you. I don't know why you're still hiding.
Stop with the drinking, because I don't...
Stop drinking, yeah. That's right.
Stop it. I've never drank, and
well,
you know
I'm not a cokehead either, love. I had one relapse. It was at Christmas, and I don't care if you have
a relapse or not. You can't go around saying I'm drinking, because I'm going to say that right back to you.
But we can tell. I know your voice. I've known you for years, so when I hear you slur, and I know that you're drunk.
I'm not slurring.
Not now. You're all right now, but usually in the evening time, you've had a few little snifters. You know what I mean?
Wow. You keep putting out those rumors. I'm going to put out rumors about you if you want to play that game.
You couldn't go at this stage now, because everybody's already knows.
I don't care, honestly.
What happened to these terrible text messages anyway that you had in mind? Because they were lovely, weren't they, Canadian Angie?
Well, didn't you say you sat on your live and said, now you're silenced, ha ha ha?
No, but I did play some of them up to the degree where I became upset about my personal relationships when I'd confided in you as a friend. But like up until that point, everyone listened to it, and I showed everyone.
Let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question that I've really wanted to ask you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so earlier that day, you had a discussion with me, and you knew about my cat passing away, and you were very kind and said, I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. What flipped that within an hour, you left 2 messages that were so bad? We've played them.
Because what happens is with you, unfortunately, Canadian Angie, is that you expect a form of loyalty with the finances. Like, this is my opinion. With the finances, let me answer that. You expect some sort of loyalty with the finances. So whenever you'd fall out with Delusive, I would also fall out with her, and I'd cuss her on my live for you. Not because I don't like Delusive, for you. So then every time I cuss her, Delusive remembers me, but not you. And then you're mates with her again. So I was sick of constantly be arguing with Delusive. So I said, you want to be around, blah, blah, blah. I've called Angie loads of names.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. That's your choice to go cuss somebody out for me. I can stand my own.
But you knew I was doing it in the messages. I say, don't worry, I'll sort it tonight. You're like, thank you, la, la, la. So you know that I was doing it only for you.
But that had nothing to do with Delusive. That would have to do with other people. I'm not going to mention anyone's name.
Nobody else, though. It was just Delusive that was mentioned. So obviously, why would I mention somebody who wasn't involved?
What you mentioned in the comments, but as you know, I like Delusive. I've never had a problem with her.
Well, I've got a problem with constant falling out with people on behalf of you. So now that I'm not friends with you, I don't have that issue anymore.
Listen,
I couldn't be
you don't
friends
need
with
to
Prince.
fall
Right?
out
You
with
said Miss J
anyone.
discussed your angel babies and I wasn't allowed to talk to her.
You said that would be the only reason you wouldn't talk to her.
And so you said that's what she did to stop me talking to her.
But you can talk to whoever you want.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
I
have to
can't
stop
because if someone's my friend, I would never speak to somebody who disrespects babies and shit. So it's
Fine,
different.
but you can talk to whoever you want. Like, I mean, you don't have to stick up for me. I know that
Okay,
maybe
but I
you
wouldn't
felt
actually
you
stick up
did,
for a friend though when you're
but
telling
maybe
me
you
you're dead
felt, well, I
upset and
stuck
she's
up for
done
you a lot
this.
too, but I stuck up for you a lot as well.
Yeah, but I then never made friends with the people, did I?
But
You did.
everything
So
that
then it
anyone
left me
said
in a
about you, I
predicament
was
where
right
I'd
there
cussed the
sticking
loose of
up for
Angie
you.
out and then she goes hard at me constantly saying, look what she said about me, but your friends that are going after you caused it.
And do you know, as you're sitting here, how many messages I would get for being the worst person in the world supporting you?
Yeah, but that's par for the course. Alice gets terrible messages, she does.
I'm just saying, you can't sit there and say that you did it on my behalf. That was a choice
I did,
that you
because
made.
when I'm friends with somebody, I take it more seriously because friendship's important. So, like, if you fell out with somebody, I would fall out with them because they'd said terrible
But
things
you didn't
about
have
me.
to do that. That was your choice. And like
Okay,
I said,
but I felt obliged, though. That's the thing. It's like it's a
I want to
feeling.
go back to something else. But
So
there's
nobody's
something
saying
else.
that you've ever come to me and said, "Don't be friends with this person." It's the feeling
I've
that
never
you give.
said that to
Do you know what I
you.
mean? So
Have I
if you make somebody feel like, "Oh, I'm upset with this," then obviously I've got a big platform. So you're inadvertently saying, "Defend me tonight and play this clip." No, in my mind, anyway,
Well,
because.
that's your choice. And here's something else I wanted to discuss with you while you're here.
I love Alice. She's much better than you. She really is. Not just
you can love
financially
whoever
either.
you want.
Do you know
You
what?
can
It's
love
not just
whoever.
financially. It's the emotional support she gives me
I couldn't care. I
offline.
don't
Like
care about-
she's not recording me and she sends me voice messages back. You know what I mean? And she
Yeah,
phones me
I
up.
don't do voice messages. Sorry.
Well, there
that
we
you
go.
felt-
So you tried to set me up and all that, and then when I didn't want to tell
Set
you,
you
when
up
we fell out,
how? Set
so
you
you
up
started
how?
to put messages up to make out that said something to the point where I had to play intimate messages where I was like being a normal person.
Listen. First of all, there's something else I want to ask you. You said on your live that I was one of the people that needed to apologize in regards to your grooming.
Absolutely, yeah. You said, "Oh, you're a paedophile. You
Hold
got
on
in
a
bed with a
minute.
14." I'm not the one who got in bed with a 14-year-old child. They were the
Hold
words
on a
out of my mouth.
minute. When I spoke on that, which the video is still going around, it was Corey that brought it to the app, which is really
No,
weird.
it wasn't. It was
Yes, it was
Rickster many years
originally.
ago, and then it was Chester. You're a liar, Angie.
No, originally, a
Corey
year and a
didn't
half
bring this to
ago.
the app. It was Rickster years ago before Corey even existed on the app.
Well, I heard it from Corey about
I
a year
promise
and a
you, this was Rickster because he knew because I was in a relationship with him what had happened with the Danny situation. So when someone's your boyfriend, you don't go shouting shit about your lies, but because he's so vindictive, he constantly mentions Sam. You've heard it. You said that clip before even Corey was on the app.
No, Corey was on the app. But
No, he
besides that, you
wasn't.
said on your show that I was one of the people that needed to apologize for
Yes.
that. You got that apology 8 months ago.
Where
9
is
months,
it then?
almost
Let's see
a
the
year
video
ago.
because your video exists calling me a pedo. Because you know what, Angie? The thing with people is
And
when you say,
hold on a
hang on,
minute,
babes,
hold
when you
on.
say
You're
things
being
and
contradictory
then
now
make a
because-
retraction, people are only interested in the slander. So where's the retraction
Hold
video?
on a minute. When I said sorry to you 8-9 months ago, you accepted the apology.
Well, thank you, because now at least you've verified that happened. So there we go.
So that was done, about a year ago now.
But nobody had vocalized this. If you would have just vocalized it, you stayed
how could we
silent.
have come? How could we have come back together if that apology wasn't made a year ago?
No, I know that. So why haven't you said lately, I apologized to her at the time so that was on the FYP, so that people knew? You stayed silent, which is the problem.
I didn't stay in silence because every time they showed that video, I spoke up about it. I said I had said it. We had a
I
discussion
needed
about
it at the crucial time. No, you were putting it out when nobody gave a fuck or was even believed any, but they tried to convince people for 3 months and you could have spoke out in that time. And said, I've apologised to her for that. I just went off this, that and the other and made it clear.
Just a minute, but that's what I believed at that time. You
You'd believe I get in bed with a 14-year-old child, you weirdo. That's sick.
You're going back. I didn't even know you a
No,
year
but
and a
it's
half
sick
ago.
that you'd even think
And
like that. So you
also-
speak sick on real children because Sam was a real child, so you speak
Let
sick
me
on
just
children.
say
Canadian
another
Angie.
thing. If you had watched the FYP or watched the live, which you don't, you're in bed, whatever you're doing. I stuck up for you. I stuck up for you 2 nights ago, and I said, or 3 nights ago, and said, I hope that you find closure in all of this.
I have.
And with what everyone's done to you.
I've been vindicated now. It's just getting me revenge now. This is me revenge, you know what I mean? Because if somebody's accused of something for 3 months, they're expected just to go, oh, it's proved now, forget everyone who did it to me, no? And now that you've verified that you gave an apology, I don't give a fuck anymore with regards to you in that situation. It's just people needed to hear that it was apologised for at the time. So there we go. I'm happy now.
It was apologised for it 8 months ago.
So that means you never believed it or meant it. So stop saying you do or you believed it at the time. You're just being a shady
I don't
bitch.
ever believe that you, and I said it 3 nights ago, and I don't care what anyone's opinion was on me, and I've stuck with it, that you had nothing to do with what happened at all.
Yeah, well, start matching with Alice together and work together and come and gift me again.
I'm not matching with no one.
Work with Alice, you bitch. Goodbye. Love you.
Goodbye.
You know what, Canadian Angie? I just think, you know what, life's too short, man. I honestly think that you and EQ will make up and it's done.
No, I'm fine. Like I said, even this FYP thing has just gone a little bit all crazy because you want to do the FYP, but you're constantly showing the same fucking people. Like you guys have monopolized the FYP. If I'm going to do FYP, it's going to be you talking about EQ, Camp 2ing. This it just doesn't make sense anymore, to be honest. It doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense though?
This FYP's become a joke. If I'm going to show red, then I'm going to have to show EQ Camp 2ing red. If I have a creator that I don't want to talk about, I'm going to have to show them because you're all Camp 2ing each other. So if I want to black out, let's say, Luke, for example, I don't, but if I wanted to black out Luke, I can't. Because then if I want to show EQ, EQ's Camp 2ing Luke. So then I have to talk on Luke. So it just becomes this big merry-go-round right now. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy with all the
Camp 2.
Camp 2.
What I find really crazy is that people fall out on this app, right? You think you know someone, you're friends with them, and next minute they just turn you. The next minute they throw you under the bus, and they're friends with this person. Your biggest hater. It's weird.
You know what? I don't hate anyone. At the end of the day, it's an app. I don't really care what. Once you shut it off, you're gone, and that's it. You're gone. But the FYP, like I said, you guys are dominating it. If you don't want to talk on a specific creator. Now
I speak on every video that I
There's too much Camp 2ing, Delusive. Too much Camp 2ing. I think it's.
I don't Camp 2 all the time. What's that got to do?
No, I'm saying in the FYP, like if Luke is on, then EQ's Camp 2ing. If Red is on, EQ's Camp 2ing. Someone else is Camp 2ing. It just becomes too much.
I just feel that, you know what, people have lost content on it. There's no content on TikTok. I think it's all about the FYP hosts. The FYP host is talking about this FYP host. That FYP host is talking about that FYP host. There's no content.
True.
Yeah, no, there's no entertainment. No real entertainment anymore. Everyone wants to do the FYP. And I always urge people, guys, please don't do the FYP. Do something different.
Definitely.
I'll try any box if it's something fun, because I think fun needs to be brought back to the
I never come with receipts about Teapot. Well, obviously you missed the other night, and there'll be more receipts on Teapot, so shut up. Anyways, I'm going to jump down. It's too early for the show.
All right, so are you going live tonight, Angie?
I don't know, because then I'd have to do the FYP. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think you should do your debates more, Delusive. I think your debates are great.
Yeah, I might go back to my debates, yeah. I'm going to still do the FYP at 12 and maybe do the debates a bit later.
Yeah. All right, you guys enjoy your day.
See you later, Angie. Bye.
Bye.
You all right, Matt? Hello, Matt. Are you okay? Sayana, have we finished the FYP now?
It's all done now. But I ain't got.
Okay, right. Sayana, what are you going to do at 10 p.m?
A couple on your phone. I don't know yet, Ange.
Yeah. Do you think you'll do the FYP or something different?
I think, like you just said, something different needs to be done, don't it? It's getting it's too much of it. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because it's late of a night time, maybe something more winding down.
Yeah, but that's kind of boring.
No, I mean winding down from the drama, but still having a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Same thing over and over. I know. It's like every FYP host is talking about every other FYP host. That's all it is now. There's no content on here anymore. There's no entertainment on here.
But then saying that, that's what people want. They love the drama. It's all the same shit, absolutely. I'm even getting bored with the FYP, I'm not going to lie. I'm getting bored with it. Just having the boxes are not interesting.
Boring as well, innit? Box battles is boring as well, innit?
Yeah, box battles people do. Everyone does box battles.